Hello, and welcome to a Vaceran Dream. I am your host and dungeon master, Patrick Clayton, and we are back after a week off. Yeah, we're ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons. But before we do that, I'm going to give proper thanks to some people that help us make this stream happen. First and foremost, we're going to give mad props to Easy Roller Dice Company, amazing company that supplies us with these awesome dice trays and dice. Please check them out at easyrollerdicecompany.com and just give them some love because they are making brand new product, as I've noticed. I have some pint glasses and dice bags and all kinds of fun stuff. Also, Sustainable Families Foundation, if you find it in your heart and times, please feel free to drop us some bits so we can go ahead and help them with their cause. Sustainable Families Foundation is a great organization that is local to us, but we'd like to make them more nationally known. So please check them out at sustainablefamiliesfoundation.org. Caroline Arbrontis is a great artist that has helped us with some of our artwork that we are currently showing. In the future, we will be getting some more from her, but if we'd like for you to view her work, so please check her out on Twitter at fires_00 or her Patreon and Instagram. So I think that's it, right?
Happy late birthday to Amber.
Happy late birthday to Amber. Happy birthday to you. Unfortunately, we do not have Dakota here with us, but we're gonna push through it. I got some notes here. I'm gonna try to figure out who I will and won't
kill, press concern,
hurt. Anyway.
Wow.
Hi.
You didn't think it'd be that easy, did you?
Just be Trent Reznor and hurt yourself. It's cool.
Just to get us back on track, our intrepid adventurers have traveled from the northern province of Volderol for some time, and finally have arrived in the Nadrian province at an outpost just located one day outside of the city of Caraid. On the way to this outpost, they managed to encounter a few baddies, had some reflective thoughts, and encountered a very young girl by the name of Stardust, who they managed to save from being, we'll say, eaten by trolls. Acquiring a wagon that was owned by her grandfather, you have made your way through the Nadrian province, and upon arriving at the outpost, things changed rather quickly for some of the party. Initially, the party was halted at the gate entering the outpost, with the sun closing now towards a sunset, which you guys know from you leaving that you need to get in the outpost as soon as possible because there is a mandatory lockdown every night at this outpost. Mr. Kotor at the front of the carriage with Pipalook were stopped as the Emerald Guard, were looking for someone. Roles being what they were, you weren't sure who they were looking for, and everyone in the cart was told to exit. In that moment, in that instance, Unido went full mannequin. Rao was sweating like bullets, and Eric's immediately threw up a mask of many faces and disguised himself to look very much like a human. Am I understanding that correctly? Everyone exited. The guards looked over the papers, investigated each one of the individuals outside the cart, and deemed that they were not who they were looking for. With a roll made by Eric's, who was trying to gaze at the paperwork in his human form, he did take notice of a name on the paper. The rest of the party gathered themselves in the back of the cart. Roy, Pipalook back on the front of the cart, and everyone managed to think everything was fine until you entered the gate and Mr. Kotor saw a face that he was hoping he would not see this soon. Very feline, very stoic, waiting for him on the other side of the gate. And at this point, we will take ourselves back in. First, to the interior of the cart, where all of the party sits, with the exception of Roy and Pipalook, Stardust, Marceline, and Velafera inside with Unido, Erix, and Rao. Erix, are you still in your disguised form?
No, as soon as the door closed, I dropped it.
Okay. You immediately take notice of Velafera, just tilted head looking towards you, not saying a word though. Unido, still in your mannequin form.
Yeah.
Are you breaking or staying?
Stationary.
Or you stay there. Wow. You hold this this small kind of like ski mask like hat in your hand that was handed to you by Stardust. Velafera looks to you. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm Eric's, right? That's what did you do?
Did I see Stardust or hear Stardust handing him that?
Passive perception, yes. She did not. This was right before you exited the wagon. So yes, you would have seen her hand him something. You're not familiar what it is.
I'm also gonna grab my pack from Marceline's stuff and put it back on my back.
Okay.
What did she hand you?
I don't know. It's
Why did she think you needed that?
You said it was a ski mask like hat.
Right now, you just have this tuft
So
of
it's like a
cloth
bird.
in your hand, and you're not sure.
Okay. I don't know. It's weird, but she has like a lot of cool stuff in here. I'm gonna Eldritch sight it and confirm that's.
Oh, it's
magical.
most certainly magical.
Okay. It's a magical thing. Stardust, what does this do?
She has wandered off into the
I
cart.
did.
As the cart is beginning to move, you guys feel the interior shift and shake a little bit as you are entering into the outpost proper.
Okay. I will hand it to Eric to identify.
I'll
For
cast,
everyone to
virtually
know.
cast Identify.
Yeah, it is a hat of disguise.
So that you would use this to disguise your face.
Oh.
So
That's
why would
kinda
she
neat.
think you needed that?
I don't know. She seems to know a lot about stuff ahead of time.
Marceline speaks up. I'm curious of what's going on, and why is everyone acting so weird, and why did you change? She looks to Eric's and asks.
I
That's
found I found that oftentimes people of my race are judged quickly in situations like that.
Have you not been to Caraid before?
I have.
So you would know that in the city that we have many tieflings.
I do.
The headmistress of the school is that of a tiefling.
It's a situation where men or women are looking for someone specific.
Do I believe Eric's when they say they've been to Caraid before?
You can roll me an insight check. Because Marceline's rolling one on that bullshit story that Eric just dropped on her. She believes you.
Wait, I'm gonna roll 2.
Okay.
13.
13.
Yeah.
I believe.
Hard to read, but right now with that sentence, it's either or. He traveled far enough into Vilderol. It's not out of the realm possibility that he may have traveled to the city as well.
Okay.
But it's hard to gauge right now.
Okay.
There's a lot happening. What did you get, Unido?
4.
Yeah, yep. You're right with Marceline. Like I believe you. Yep.
It's a very specific situation that I've been in before that I prefer to play it safe, is all.
Is there alcohol in this thing? Rice wine, anything?
You would take notice, and as you begin to look for the alcohol, Pipalook and Roy, and at the front of the cart, you would see blatantly Mr. Couture's head drop down and the hat get lower and lower down. Can you make me maybe a stealth check?
Oh yeah.
Is everything all right? And I like to
skim for any sign of anything hostile. Like,
Uh,
trying to hide.
Perception check from you.
Dusk light in my eye.
6.
6.
Consider rolls.
18. Okay. You feel that you've got the hat pushed down well enough, and you, but still, people who is asking, is everything fine? People who, what you do notice, nothing in particular, but you take notice that there are a very large abundance of people within this outpost. They all appear to be getting ready to bed down for the night. You see many colorful wagons and a lot of musician types within the outpost. Immediately, a emerald guard runs up to you and is starting to he points you in a certain direction. Over there, along the wall, and you move in that direction. Mr. Kotor, you can roll me a perception check as you are keeping your head down.
7.
7? Okay. You see very much the same.
Man.
And that is all you do out of the corner of your eye. You lose track on who you originally saw, the feline individual, but you do not see them anymore as the cart is beginning to move, and the cart has been parked. You doff or get off the cart.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'll start setting up.
I do as well on the wall side
Okay.
of the cart.
Get off on the wall side, which is funny because you guys are, in my mind, you were like, okay, I just want to get over here.
Excuse me.
I just need to get off this side.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you get off on that side? No, I like this better.
It's a broken step on this side.
Yeah.
We've already passed the guards, so who concerns you?
Not the guards. Now let's get off.
At this point, inside, you all feel the cart stop, and Marceline goes to the back door and opens it up and exits the cart first.
Okay. Just head count. Where's Stardust? Because I don't want to. I know you said she walked off. I just want to make sure. Like,
She's still in the cart. She walked away from your conversation that you were having. She is in the cart. She's seated in her little bedded area that she has, and she's just holds a doll in her hands.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just grab whatever alcohol I found, and I'll say, okay. Obviously we all got something funny to talk about. But like, let's have fun with it. Why not? Let's see if Roy knows a game, and whoever just all loses out of all of us.
You do not see Roy Kotor currently.
Oh, I'm just talking to Eric right now about this. We'll see if Roy knows a game, and we'll drink a little bit.
I don't like games,
Who said
says Velafera.
Well, Velafera.
I think I don't like what's going on right now, and I'm hoping that you can be honest, as I've been honest with you the entirety of this trip.
Do I believe her when she says that?
Roll me an insight check.
12.
Yes, you do.
You know what? I'm really anxious right now. This is really nerve-wracking. And I prefer to have a reason to get drunk before I start saying things. So...
It's cooking wine.
You know what? I'll roll with anything right now.
We'll say as you do see Pipalook come around to the back of the wagon or the cart to acknowledge it and make sure everyone's in the cart. As you see Marceline has exited and begins to look around at the surrounding area. What are you doing there, Sneaky?
I'm hanging out in line with one of the axles, so that my legs are partially obscured from any direction.
This is where I live now.
Yeah. I'm a fence post.
So just chilling?
That's pretty much it.
Trying to hide?
Just not trying to hide, just not trying to stick out.
Can I go
Roll
find
me a stealth
Roy?
check.
I'm trying to be a fence post.
Ooh.
Can I go try and find Roy?
8.
Yeah, and you do easily as you step out. Pipalook peeks in to look inside, just make sure everyone's there. You walk past, and you walk around the side, and you do see standing there, kind of like leaning as far back as he can. But yeah, he's blatantly there.
What are you? That does not look good for your spine. What are you doing?
I'm just watching this wall, making sure that nothing comes out of it.
Is there anything interesting about the wall at all?
As far as you can tell, it looks like a standard wall. Stone.
All of us agreed that we should probably get drunk right now. Do you want to come inside the cart?
All right, then. I probably have a head start already.
All right, and then I will just walk back inside the cart.
We should probably set up camp, or set up an area to stay before we start getting drunk, perhaps.
We
I
should
mean-
also find the Emerald Guard so we can find the family of the thing on the top of our
And
cart.
as Eric says that, yes, Eric points to the rolled up corpse of a female Emerald Guard that you had brought with you that is on the strapped to the roof of this cart.
Oh, that's where we put it.
Yeah.
Well, inside seems a little weird.
Family vacation.
So, here's a question. Everyone who wants to get drunk, raise your hand.
It's kind of a routine.
Philofair does not respond.
Aw, buddy.
Everyone who wants to stay sober and do responsible things, raise your hand.
You can still barrel age stuff, Just let
Oh.
it soak into the wood.
Okay, cool. Y'all can do that. Me and Roy will do this.
All right, so you guys are going to drink.
Yeah, because I don't want to leave the cart right now.
Look, you begin to establish some sort of camp.
Yeah.
We'll say, much to her chagrin, Marceline does aid you.
Cool. I was gonna help her to ask. Sure.
I was gonna help her to ask.
What?
Yep, that happened. So as you are setting up camp, we'll say it does take some time to get that established. A proper fire.
Laying out furs so there's like a carpeted area.
Unido,
Don't we have a whole cart?
as you see Rao and you see Rao and Roy begin to partake in some libation. What is it that you would like to do?
Were there any like gloves inside her inside a Stardust's costume chest?
Roll me an investigation check as you begin
Not
to
to get creepy.
Hey, natural 18.
natural 18.
21.
As a proper bard, yes, she has many gloves and feather boas and all sorts of fashions.
Not one of those hokey wannabe bards.
There's socks in there too.
Socks?
Yeah.
You would be able to find
Okay.
a pair of socks.
I
You
grab
do,
gloves and socks.
you do find they're almost white elbow length gloves.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Just for my note keeping, what day is it in game right now?
Oh yes, it is. The current date is the 22nd of Recolt, or we'll call it Lathadia. It is Lathadia.
22nd Lathadia.
22nd. Oh yeah, Recolt. It's the Lathadia. Yes. So essentially, it's a Thursday or second
Second Thursday.
Second Thursday.
because it's a
Not one
10-day
of those
week.
shitty first Thursdays.
Not first Thursday. So you two in the cart drinking. Unido,
Gloves on.
put the
socks
gloves on. Eric's, what are you doing?
I would like to go find an Emerald Guard.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
What form are you in?
Yeah. I was
I
curious.
just look like myself. Perception, you said?
Mm-hmm. Snitches get
13.
stitches. 13?
What?
Nothing.
Excuse me.
Yes, you do take notice of some guard. There are quite a bit here, but you do pinpoint a few on the ground.
Can I specifically go farther away from the cart?
Yeah.
Like Emerald Guard.
Absolutely.
A little bit.
And you said your total perception check was?
13.
All right, 13. That's fine. Better than a 6 and a 7. So you do see tons of carts and costumes, and you do make notice of a cart that seems a little bit almost as lavish as yours. This one appears to be another circus or carnival. And everyone appears to be gearing up and getting ready for the night, but the abundance of entertainment figures here is the most that you've seen ever right now. It does appear to be some sort of carnival or some sort of stage show that is in preparation to head into Caraid.
So they're
But-
not setting up like in.
No,
the
they're currently just setting up
outpost.
for their night camp and preparing for the next day to enter into
Gotcha.
Caraid. But you do take notice of a guard on the ground and one further away from where you are. We'll say you take notice of a half-elven individual.
Male, female.
Appears to be male.
I think I have the scroll, right? I have the scroll that she had, like not the unintelligible one, but the
Yeah, the one I warned you not to open.
that one. So I have that in my presence, and I'll just approach him. Excuse me, Sir Guard. May I speak to you for a moment?
Absolutely.
Please?
Can I do for you? The accommodations are well. There's no
Yes,
problem.
of course. There's no problem at all. We ran into some trouble on the road before we got here. A member of your guard, it appears, was attacked in some manner, and we thought the best course of action would be to bring her home to her family.
And where is this? Where is this guard?
We have her with us.
Please direct me to.
One moment, let me go grab her and her horse, because we recovered her horse as well.
Okay.
So I'll go back.
You walk back.
Mhm.
He is, since you've made that statement, he has not lost sight on you.
Yep.
And he, with your passive perception, you do see him call over 2 other guards.
Correct.
Just in preparation for whatever may come. All we'll say Pipalook and Marceline, you would take notice of Eric's walking back. Are you staying in the cart or are you exiting Unido?
I'm with
You with the
No,
drinking,
I'm trying-
boys?
pretend party
Boys.
with them.
Pretend party. Oh.
I don't understand why this is a difference. I mean, is this a special occasion? Because this is like
Okay. Oh, you gotta let me know when an hour
Second
hits
lunch
because
for
I'm
me.
currently attuned.
Oh no,
to
we're getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, with
whenever you come back.
Pipalook setting up camp, that takes some time. Eric's getting back. Velafera, with the 3 in the cart, you 3 within the cart, you do take notice that Velafera has set up her vestments and is beginning to commune, you presume, with her deity about the present situation. Pipalook and Marceline, you take notice of Eric's walking back towards the cart as you are just about finishing up establishing your camp.
Where did you go?
I would like to approach Pipalook for sure. I went to go find an Emerald Guard so we could put this guard to rest and find her family.
For now, probably best if you do not leave unaccompanied. I have some questions for you when we have a moment.
Of course. Would you assist me real quick to get her?
I'll climb up to the side, and however we have her strapped down.
Grab-
Bunch of cords.
grab the
Yes.
Right?
Basically.
underneath the camouflage tarp. Can't see.
All right, easily enough though. You guys got it up there. You aid in bringing the body down. Marceline kind of stands with her hands on her hips, just watching the whole scenario. She's really not into touching dead shit like that. And but yeah, you do manage to bring the body gently down to the ground.
And just adjust the presentation so it doesn't look so careless when they come up.
And as you suggest that too, with your passive perception, you do notice that the 3 guards have approached. They had been watching you the whole time take the body down, and they walk up. You see the half elf, a human, and a halfling, all wearing emerald cloaks and breastplate like armor. And they look down at the quarry that you just unstrapped from the cart. Do you have any of their information?
We just recovered this one scroll, which appears to be either from or to someone she was close with. I hand that scroll.
Okay. Yeah, they look it over. We'll have to ask you to meet with the major on site, just to confirm. He may have a few questions for you.
Of course.
If
She
that's
was
not an issue.
a
And-
sergeant, is all we really know from her vestments.
See if he recognizes the name. Does not recognize the name. that is fine. He urges the two other guards, the human and the halfling, begin to collect the body, and as best as a halfling and a human could move this body,
I'm sure I wasn't doing great myself.
they begin to move the body away. The half elf looks to both you, Marceline, still kind of standing out to the side. This is your entire group?
Yes. Yeah.
Is everyone outside?
No.
Okay.
They're inside drinking. Unido's
Inside.
Yeah.
dressing up, and Villafera is praying.
Bow on.
Currently, it's Marceline, Erickson, and yourself.
We have a few in the
I think
in
they're
the
just
wagon.
getting
but
ready for the evening.
We had a cleric with us to help put her to rest however she could. So there's a few more besides us here.
Okay. Well, then you two can accompany me, and he looks, and you hear two fingers in the mouth and whistles out, and you see about 3 guards approach, and they set up a perimeter around the wagon until you presume that the discussion is had with the major. Right this way, follow me. There'll
Can I
be some.
call Rael down from the top of the
Yes,
carriage,
To
and
the-
he'll just perch on my shoulder?
the Raven. Yeah,
A civil discussion, yes.
civil. Yes, absolutely. I hope so.
Insight check. Just I don't know if they're suspicious of us or if it's just
Roll me an
precaution.
insight check.
Cool. 8.
You just brought a body of one of their fellow soldiers. They don't know what to make of it. This seems very much by the book protocol. This is what they need to do. They have questions that need to be answered, and they want to make sure that the person in charge is asking those questions.
Do we still have like the weapons that were found in her?
We should have her saddlebags in the caravan or in the wagon,
Let me retrieve her things real quick.
Quickly,
and let the others know.
you
Yep.
run inside. You all four of you now. Velafera focused away. She's not watching you. You got the. It's like this. This ski mask over his face.
I was like half worried.
Disheveled
He's got the
pantyhose.
Spider-Man thing going. He's got like
Oh,
these
no.
smoke over his face.
Yeah.
I still have the goat mask on.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm drinking
Just
more.
gonna go that way.
You see, yeah, you definitely see Eric's rush in and take hold of some saddlebags.
When Eric walks out, I'm going to turn to Roy and say, who do you think would rat us out to the guards first if we all did something bad?
You totally hear this. You did not.
I pause and just keep going.
I don't know. Me?
Oh God!
I start laughing.
No honor amongst thieves.
Does he
All
look
right.
like he's kidding, or does he seem like you've been very serious when he said that?
Roll me an insight check. Insight check, yeah.
Oh, that was almost really bad, but yeah, that's a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Depends on
yeah.
the situation.
Yeah.
I like scoot 3 chairs further away from Roy.
It depends. It depends on how drunk you are.
Yeah.
If you're drunk, that's a really good joke. If you're not that drunk,
I think we
How's that cooking wine?
Well, if it's within the first hour, I'm probably not that drunk.
we'll say you have about 15 minutes before you are attuned.
Okay.
With them running back and forth, camp getting set up, you would get as the door flung open. There's a waft of a bit of smoke as Pipalook did establish your own campfire outside, as that's what Pipalook does because Pipalook lives outside.
That's fine.
You guys can stay in the RV if you want.
Eric, you step out, picking up the
You're right.
saddlebags, and you
Winnebago.
step outside.
Yeah, I wanted to specifically grab her saddlebags, and then like we found weapons on her, like that she had been
Mhm.
killed with, right?
Arrows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arrows
Grab
and
the
spears.
birds,
Yeah,
I'm
I
keeping
grabbed
the
a
arrows
couple,
I got.
You have the arrow. You
Grab-
have
I
some
have
of the
some,
arrows. Yeah.
couple things that Unido did not take for himself.
Okay. And you have those, and you step out. The guard stands there. Marceline stops. She says, "Do you want me to come with you?" Look, she looks to both you and Eric.
Stay here with the others. We should be back shortly.
Yeah, this will wrap up just fine,
Okay.
quickly. Thank
Uh,
you.
You step through the outpost, and again, at this point, you with the heavy horse traffic through here, the ground is very much muddy or caked, dried dirt that you step through as you head into the northeastern direction of the outpost. Very large open area, 4 turrets that are positioned, and 3 gates. The one that you entered in, the one heading east, and the one heading south. There is no western gate because nobody goes that way, ever, ever. As you headed towards the, we'll say the larger of the turrets, heading in a southeastern direction, northeastern direction, excuse me, you are brought up and you are taken to the major. As you enter in, someone knocks on the door, opens it, and you see it. You see an older human gentleman, bald on the top of his head, white hair, but still wearing all the regalia that represents him as being of the Emerald Guard. You are ushered into the room, and the gentleman, the half-elven gentleman, presents himself to, and yes, I have these 2 here. They have information, and he hands over the paper, the parchment that you had originally given. The older gentleman's seated, asks for you to sit. Please have a seat.
I'll sit down in one of the chairs.
I'll offer the stuff if they hadn't already taken it. I don't know if they had already taken it or not.
We'll say the half-elven gentleman grabs it, sets it off to the side, leaving it in the room as to be viewed later on. You sit there for at least about 5 minutes as he reads over this letter, and you know it wasn't that long, but he's probably read it, reread it, and is confirming what is exactly it's saying. At this point, bing, your hat of disguise goes off.
Oh.
What
Okay.
form are you taking?
Haha. So Ralph partakes in watching live theater, and he is particularly fond of this one actor by the name of Marshala, and he turns into a similar build, but actually this actor is a little more muscular, dark-skinned man. A singular blonde mohawk flows down the center of his head, green eyes, and he wears very almost like Greco-Roman style clothing, kind of white drapes, very similar to Velifero's, tied down by like black strap, or not black, brown like straps around, and like sandals. And that's what I look like now.
Okay. So Roy and Unido, you definitely take notice of this in the cart.
Do they serve chicken at the Marshala shows?
Look at this photograph.
Nope, we're good there. Whoa!
But your hat of disguise does go off in this instance, so you're more than, if you can move freely if you would like to, but you know how long that lasts.
I'm staying inside, but
That's what you look like now?
this is really cool. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Cool. And
It's almost as if you don't have a fear of sunlight.
I want to touch my head. Do I feel the mohawk or do I feel the?
No, you
my
just
normal
feel
hair?
your normal hair.
Oh, does this not work as well as I thought I did? I'm gonna go look for a mirror inside the tent or
Okay.
the.
Easily enough, in Stardust's little area, because she likes to wear costumes, she has a mirror, her body length. So you do have to kind of bend down to look into it, but you do take notice of exactly as you described.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna get a little carried away because I've been drinking. I'm gonna start like reciting lines from plays I've seen him in.
Maybe a performance check.
Oh no. 16.
16. Yes, you begin to recite the lines to these plays, rather well, almost mimicking his voice as best as you remember it.
Okay.
But yeah, he places the letter on the table, looks to both of you. He says, "How long ago?"
A few days travel, a little less than 210 day, I believe.
And these are all her belongings. He begins. He gets up. He doesn't pick it over. He just starts to look through. What are these weapons? Are these yours?
These are what we found on her body. A brief look determined that these are what killed her.
These do not look familiar at all.
They
Do you
weren't
know
to
what-
us either.
Do you know what may have
I don't believe.
felled her?
We spoke to her mount and he described some sort of dog creatures.
I'm sorry, what?
Her mount, the horse that we have with us.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to. I've been here inside all day, and I'm almost believe I heard you say that you spoke to her horse.
She has
Yes.
a particular set of skills that allows her to commune with animals. It's strange and unusual, but it's a magic that she has access to.
It is very strange and unusual.
Cut scene to Unido.
And this guy in the corner, just like, yeah, man.
So non-performing for Roy and Unido, at least.
For the first time, Roy looking genuinely confused and scared.
Are you? And you're heading into Caraid tomorrow? Yes.
That's the hope, yes.
To travel the route between here and.
What is your
Caraid,
business in Caraid?
One of our own is a student there, and she has contacts there that we are meeting, and we have to take her back to the university.
Well, the only thing, as everything appears on the surface to check out. I would just need the names of people who you're traveling with, in case I need to question anyone further, as we will have to need to investigate this. Where are you staying within the city?
I don't think that's been determined yet. Probably an inn she is aware of.
We do have a benefactor that we will be staying with, and I'll give him the name of Gil.
Oh, no.
Are-
Nope.
Oh, boy.
I don't know why that came up.
Nope, it's fine.
Everybody loves Gil.
Dovavar.
I
Dovavar.
don't want to stay with Happy Gilmore. Get in your home!
So you give the name of Dovavar and the Wild Ritual, which
I
is
do.
the name of the shop.
And I also, since he asked who our party was, I'll give them their first name because I don't believe I know anyone's last names.
Okay. He writes out the list of all the names that you were giving him, and you're giving him everybody's name.
Everyone's first name because I don't know their full names, but
You're
yes.
giving them everyone's name.
That's fine.
Every person's name?
There was no
Only
reason.
one person
Oh, shit.
has seen that paper, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay. So
I can only imagine your facial expression. Like,
I will have
Yep.
proper authorities look over this. Very well. We are about to lock down for the evening. Make your ways back to your camp, and if everything is well, I can only suggest that you do not cause any waves in my outpost.
No, we won't. We've ran into some trouble outside the outpost, but we've managed to stay pretty quiet into ourselves.
Very well. I will take the information you've given me, and we'll see what we find out here. Hopefully, it's not in your favor. Please, feel free.
Can I kind of reach forward and point to the one name and say, that's not his formal name, it's Ronald?
I need you to roll me a deception check.
Yeep.
Don't forget, you all have inspiration dice for the game. As you start
You
off
have
the game
mosquito
with
dice,
one
too.
inspiration.
you should really pay
I use
closer
the
attention
mosquito
to
dice.
that name.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole today.
18.
And it appears your friend here spelled it incorrectly. And he writes Ronald.
She's from the forests, as we discussed earlier. She's not. She's nice. She's a nice girl.
That's right.
She talks to horses.
She likes the horses.
please say yourselves out.
Right now, follow Eric's.
All right. As you step out at this point, the sun is beginning to set, and immediately all of you, all of you would hear as the door to the cart is still open. Just Marceline left it open to keep an eye on what's going on inside and what's going on outside. You all hear the 3 gates. The first section closes, and then the following section closes. You take notice of the guard presence has increased in the outpost, as it always does when the sun sets. Torches are lit, sconces are lit, and the interior of this outpost is rather well lit. There are still shadowy areas as such, but you would take notice as you're walking back of acrobatic type performances that are occurring as people are practicing or preparing more.
I would like to stop before we get all the way to the back to the wagon, and just stand in front of Eric's quarterstaff in hand and say,
Damn.
I do not trust you. Your actions have been suspicious, and outside of not hurting anyone in my party, you've not given me any reason to trust you. Why do you hide your form when they were searching our wagon, and why did you lie about our party members?
I apologize if I've given you any reason to distrust me, which I feel like I have. That is not my intent in any way. I hid my form, as I explained to Marceline earlier, because in my experience in traveling the world in situations like that, where tensions are high and someone is being searched for, a man of my both stature and nature are often judged quickly and suspected quickly.
And you don't think you'll be judged quickly inside the outpost wearing your...
No. Tieflings are relatively common in Caraid. It's just in specific instances such as that.
Do I feel like he's telling the truth?
You can roll me an insight check.
My 20.
Is this against something? Can I roll? Or no?
You believe him.
I like to act in a way of honesty. As I've spoken to Roy before, I do not like using underhanded methods to get our way if we can be honest. Without being foolhardy, I prefer it. And I prefer if you were honest with me before you do any methods. I don't like being caught off guard.
I understand. I apologize, and I will keep that in mind. I know I'm new here, and I want to be as respectful as I can to the group and you and all who are present.
I will not lie for you. I will not lie for anyone in our party.
I appreciate that. I can respect that.
And I will turn and return to the caravan.
All right, as you make your way back to the caravan, Marceline stops both of you. Is everything all right?
Everything's good?
Did you give them all the information they needed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it would be if we're quiet, not...
I got nothing to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Do I believe her?
Roll me an insight check.
Everyone's suspicious of everybody now.
Oh. So give us a, do I believe them?
These are the days of our lives.
8.
Yeah, you believe her.
Mm-hmm.
She's a small little wizard girl. What she got to worry about?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you in your form, Unido, dressed up, Roy. You're feeling it. At this point, Villafera does stop communing, and she has presented herself, and she scans the room. We'll say there is an air coming from her that just kind of gives you, all of you, this look of, who the fuck are you people?
Can I say something to those in attendance before
Boy.
Pippa, Luke, and Eric get back?
Sure.
Is Belfair still there while she's staring at us?
She is 100% inside the car, yes.
Mean dog.
Yeah, she is mean dogging all of you. Right
Okay.
now.
I'm gonna sit.
Why the shade? No offense.
I don't know who to trust.
Like, we're pretty good. and I'm gonna sit next to Roy and like pat him on the back real quick, and I'm gonna whisper to him like, "She's still staring at us."
As you said.
Well,
But then again, you do look like a finely hairy tanned man with a mustache.
I'm gonna walk up to Belfair and say, "Come on, you don't think this is funny? This is pretty funny to me. Like, I can be anything you want." I'll try to turn into like male Belfair.
She says to you, "You can be anything I want.
Oh, I can just look like it, I guess.
Be honest.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Be honest. That's all I want."
Hey.
Oh, snap.
Okay. I will. Since the one person I didn't want to be there, but I did, this is not there, so I'll do it now. I will go back into being Ral. And okay. Question for a question. Do you remember the first person you've ever killed?
I've not killed anyone.
What about you, Roy? You remember the first person you ever killed? This will be a learning lesson for you.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a con check. See how drunk I was. Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I'd ask you, but you might not tell us.
The head just nods.
Do you
How
want
many
to
times
tell
does it nod?
Once.
Okay.
I'll just look at Roy and say, "I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours."
I have no need to.
Try to get him drunk. Try to get a little more fun. Okay,
He's
fine.
always drunk.
I am a functioning alcoholic.
We might need to get that checked out.
I'm your driver.
He really is.
No.
We got here. Therefore,
Did you die?
I am a functioning.
What did you die?
We might need to reconsider some things after this episode.
Oh yeah, I mean every one of you guys is we got some serious issues you guys got to work through, but we're good. We're gonna keep moving on here. As this conversation is had, you would take.
Well, it's still the
okay.
thing.
All right.
All right.
And no, I'm trying to finish it before. the other two
Go ahead,
arrive.
finish it.
And I will
What you
say,
have to say.
fun fact, I don't remember a single thing. Y'all have seen me use this, and I'll summon the sword back because I made it disappear when the guards came.
Okay. And
So-
as we'll take notice too, is inside there are candles lit, etc. And as you do, the candles begin to dim, and all the light begins to pull into the shadow blade that he is wielding.
Okay. I was like, because I know you said it was like a service carriage and stuff, so there's like openings and stuff. Are all of that open or is it closed?
No,
How's it?
I mean it's open to what you guys want. Pitbuluk would have not. She's not setting up the chow wagon. She was like, I'm just gonna got a fire and.
The roach coach.
Okay, so it's just like it's just the back that's open.
There's the back door is open with the 3 steps that lead out into the open outposts currently.
Okay. I'll look out the back real quick, make sure no one's paying attention too much, and I'll close the back of the wagon. And just so we can see a little better in here, since when it's or there's candles and stuff, so I don't have to worry about that. And I will explain some things like. This used to not be a blade. When I came across it, it was actually a great axe that was larger than this wagon. It was... To really explain it, I had to pull some things back. I was on an expedition up north. We were excavating some lost areas in a frost giant mine, and I got lost. I guess is the easy way of putting it. And wandering all alone, I found this giant axe amongst a pile room of giant bodies over giant bodies. Talking about these things could have just grabbed me with a hand and squished me. That's how large they were. And something walked in with what I'm holding now and slaughtered every single one of them, down to their king with an axe in his chest sitting on his throne. And long story short, Curiosity got the cat, and as I tried to grab this unearthly large axe with my puny arms, it shattered. And I was so fucked. One of the only completely intact artifacts from an age where most of us would never be alive got destroyed at my hands. All that left was a single ice shard about yay big, and I shoved it into my bag, as I do everything, and I ran as far away from that room as I could.
Is that why you're still running?
It was for a while.
So what do you run from now? Velafera is saying this.
I carried it with me. Like I carry this box, like I carry every stupid little thing I do in my bag. For months. And for months and months and months, all it was this frozen chunk of ice that wouldn't melt. And I tried to hide it somewhere, try to put it someplace where it wouldn't incriminate me, and it just stuck with me every single time. One day, I had gone to visit my professor, thinking maybe if I just fess up, maybe if I told him the truth, it won't be that bad, maybe he'll have some sort of mercy, maybe this is a good thing. And halfway there, I got scared and turned around. I started taking some back alleys, and Continuar is not the best place. There's homeless people there, and I was thinking about a lot, and some guy asked me for some change, and I said no, and I kept on walking. Kept on taking some back alleys, and I didn't realize until I got lost. He was following me the whole time, and it was the scariest thing ever, because all I remember him saying was, "You didn't give me a coin, so I'm taking your bag." And he pulled out a knife, and I'm not whatever you guys are. I don't blow people up, I don't fight undead things, I don't do whatever you do. I'm just a guy. And all I remember in my hand was, I threw in my bag, but I couldn't give him the stupid chunk of ice. I just held it in my arms, and he kept mouthing some words I don't remember, and then I just felt for the first time this chunk of ice melt in my hands. And I just saw the section of the blade I carry now. And then my vision just got really dark, and then when I came through, the most mutilated body I've ever seen was laying in an alleyway in front of me. I was covered in blood. I don't know. And I just ran. And I somehow got home without anyone seeing me. I saw my mom, I saw my dad, and they said take care of some things, and they sent me away, and I haven't been home since. Was that cool? Did you like that? Was it fun?
I'm gonna hand you a drink. Here, this is not cooking one.
I'll take it, I'll start.
She looks to you, and in Velafera's fashion, she says to you, well, maybe you should have led with that. And she walks past you and exits the wagon.
Why is she always such a bitch? About everything.
We'll say as she exits the wagon, the rest of you are standing outside. Marceline's like, yeah, they closed the damn door. And then you see Velafera fling open the door. and exit as Marceline said, "Oh, well, see, there you go."
Is everything all right, Belafera?
She stops dead in her tracks, looks to you, gives you the some serious side eye,
Stank.
looks to you. She's like, "Everything's fine for now," and she takes 10 feet away from the group and just kind of looks out into the surrounding area near the fire. She stands. Marceline stops. She's like, "Are we gonna eat?"
I can make something.
I wasn't asking you to make anything. I mean, I'll help, but I'm hungry. It's been a long day, and apparently, a lot is going on. Maybe we just need to eat. I think everyone's just hungry, right?
I think that might be a good idea. A communal meal
Right.
settle some nerves.
I mean, Unido might be hungry. He's made of wood.
Are you alright?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
You begin to prepare food.
Yes. We have a magic cupboard, right?
Yep.
I would like to, best of my ability, remake the soup that we had before we left Overbars.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Make me a performance check.
Okay. Oh, that's good. 19.
19. Yeah. You.
Ooh.
Some of the. It's funny to watch people work into this kitchen because a lot of the stuff. It's like like, why do you have this utensil? Like,
Right.
like you don't need this. Why do you have this? One knife does everything. You can
Where the
stir
hell?
with it. Everything.
There's no
What's
such
a
thing as
spoon?
cross-contamination.
Right.
You
Yeah.
want a spoon?
The people that you do manage to collectively get together this soup that you had prior to leaving, with the aid of Marceline. Yeah, and that would be currently what you were. What is occupying you right now? The whole entire wagon begins to smell of this very fine stew that is being cooked.
Our boy Rao getting drunk yet off of the Roy Tortor
Oh, he is.
special?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, roll me a con check.
Oh, con
that's
check
not fun.
19.
19. Well, fact of the matter is that you are feeling buzzed. You're still a little steamed. It's hard to enjoy yourself when you, back of your mind, you're upset that you had to unveil all of this information.
You're in disguise, aren't you?
No,
No, I dropped
you
it.
dropped it.
A little drag on my face.
Okay, that's
Eric's, you stand outside still, or are you?
No, I would like to go in the wagon and just kind of find a chair and pretend to read my book, but just kind of like giving the side eye to Rao every once in a while. Kind of wanting to make him think that, like, I might have gone to the Emerald Guard in some way.
Okay.
Um,
That's in this instance as you're having this moment, and you look to
can I
you
actually
look to
follow
Rao.
that because I can't take
I'm
this?
sorry. I'm
Oh.
sorry. Before that happens, you stand at the door, or standing at the door, you hear a knock.
Because I can't deal with Eric's staring at me, and I know Unido doesn't have to really deal with that. I'm just gonna look like Unido now.
All right, you turn yourself into Unido.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like before he got his like clothing melted, so like original OG clothing.
OG
Unido.
OG Unido.
Do you, do you think that's wise when we're dealing with doppelgangers?
I'm just gonna now put the Unido mute stuff, and I'm just gonna go.
Oh no.
Great.
I'll answer the door.
There is a knock on the door. You answer the door, and you see standing in front of you. She stands about 6'8". Feline features,
Well, that's
leopard print all throughout, or cheetah print all throughout. Long black boots, blue slacks with red trim down the side, a blue and white vest covered by a very tight, form-fitting jacket. Across her back, you see this long, covered apparatus. And on the side, she appears to have other items, mechanisms that you're not familiar with. Standing to her side is a small gnomish individual who appears to be carrying everything else.
Aw.
Loaded has
That's
everything on him, and he currently has some sort of, we'll say, the equivalent of a clipboard in hand.
Mm-hmm.
As this, you stand looking down at this tabaxi female.
Mm-hmm.
She pauses. I'm here. I'm looking for an individual. I suspect that he is within this wagon and need to speak with him immediately.
Who are you looking for?
An Athelroy Arbabem?
Never heard that
Do
name
we all hear
before.
this?
Yes.
Never heard that name before. It's an unusual name. I feel like that would stick out in my memory.
Well, he tends to stick out. That's why I know he is within the cart.
Erbeben or Erbeben?
Erdbeben. Erdbeban. I need to speak with him immediately, and I do know he's within the cart. And if you'd be so kind, get him.
Who are you? Can you describe him? We have a few people.
He's
in the
human.
car. He's
Well
human.
dressed.
Okay.
Probably, if he still keeps the beard, he has one.
I mean, I don't believe we have anyone fitting that description.
Roll me a deception check.
Eric's.
Chops aren't a beard. Say.
That's very true.
Where are you? Where is Roy?
I'm in the cart, like, here's the door. I'm just like, gun in hand. By the
Oh,
way.
I'm using inspiration on that one. Fuck.
Yep.
Okay.
How's that working out for you?
15.
Yeah. I appreciate you trying to keep this person safe. I can respect that. But as I suggested before I have to go in and get him myself, you will bring him to me, yes?
How about you just step inside?
She just gives you this look of, yo, I knew you were lying.
I step aside.
She steps in, and as she does, she almost towers over you. Into the main little area, she steps head down and then eventually stretches out to her full 6'8" form. And then scurrying up aside, you see this gnomish individual, older. He's very much an older gnome. He sits there still looking at the clipboard, and he is making notes on everything he sees. He stops, looks at Eric's, looks.
I'm right by the door. As soon as the gnome comes in, I'm grabbing him, sitting next to me.
You grab the gnome.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm just like arms crossed against the door.
You know, I'm poking you unit out.
Do you need me to
You grab.
easy enough to
No,
grab
no.
the
You
packet?
grab him. Not an issue at all. You grab a hold of him, and as soon as you do, his legs slip off the ground. And then,
I'm trying to be. I'm not like, you
Okay.
know. I'm just grabbing him, bringing it, just like this with the gun.
she pauses. She looks over. She takes notice
She
of you
pauses.
immediately.
Sorry.
She takes notice of you immediately. She says,
No.
This is insurance. I really mean no ill will towards this one.
and I do not as well. You invited me into this,
I did. You invited yourself to the door.
and I just demand a bit of respect. I'm not brandishing any weapons, and neither is Bartholomew.
Which clan are you of?
I'm of the Asati.
My notes.
How do you spell Saudi?
Isati. Isati.
And they said they're not brandishing weapons. Does that mean they're not holding any?
They're
or
not
is it
holding
just
any
like-
weapons.
or they have.
yeah,
They
they,
definitely
from
are.
what you can tell, they have instruments that look very similar to what you've seen Mr. Kotor. Actually, the gnome, not so much. He has a lot of pouches and things along him. Across his back, you do see a light crossbow type apparatus.
Okay. Do I? Even though I don't know how it works, do I know that he's been crafting or attempting to craft these little things to refill into his? Like, have I seen him reload?
You've seen him reload in combat. Yes.
Okay.
You
Does
were
it-
never present when he was crafting, except maybe around the campfire where
Okay.
he.
I was
Had
making
some-
the mold that one time.
Yeah.
Do I see her have something similar, like pellet things on her body?
Roll me a perception check.
Should I do it at disadvantage because I'm drunk?
No, because you rolled high.
Huh?
Yeah,
You rolled high on your con check.
Oh, okay.
You were not as intoxicated as you would.
Not anymore.
suggest.
I'm
Not
gonna
anymore.
grab my
So
quarterstaff.
-1, so
And
2.
Two. Aside from as I described her, whatever's across her back is covered by some sort of like blanket or cover, and her side you do see something that looks similar to what Roy carries, but seems more complex. You grab your quarterstaff.
Are you here to talk truly?
I am here to speak. Yes.
I'll put my gun away. I'm sorry. That already makes me feel a little more comfortable. I'm sure you understand.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. He picks up his clipboard. Bartholomew does. The gnomish individual, as the other one stands there. Can we take this outside?
I would prefer.
Very well. Please have a seat, all of you.
I'm already sitting.
I'm gonna sit next to Stardust wherever they're at.
No, she's seated in the main area. And again, it's very much a small, like apartment style facility, so to speak. So,
I'm still standing with my quarterstaff, but I'm not like threatening him. Just caution.
I mean you no harm whatsoever. Here's the thing. I will be clear. I am not contracted to retrieve you, Mr.
I was
Urban
gonna say, if this one wanted to, I wouldn't see it coming most likely. So, I trust her.
I bring information. Your late father had instructed the Asati to, once he had passed, to provide you with additional information. You fled sooner than we had anticipated, so we had to track you down. Did take some time, but as we understand, we had spoke to the appropriate people. It's not too hard to find someone who expels their weapon in public like that.
Sometimes.
Again, I'm not contracted to retrieve you or your gear, but I would suggest maybe a little more subtlety in the future. Athelroy, that is, yes, Athelroy. Your father gave me this, and she doesn't pull it out, but you see Bartholomew, he pulls out this small scroll. And he begins to break the seal of it to read it. And
You might want to let me do that, unless specifically you were told to do it.
he begins to look through his little notes. Nope, does not specify.
Then I would. It might be trust.
Before you take it, though, and he hands you like this makeshift clipboard. I just need you to sign here, and I need you to initial here that I did give this to you on this date. And
printed name or
signature would be preferable.
middle as well.
Yes, absolutely. And he flips another page, and here and here.
Oh, signature here?
Yeah, sign here, initial here. And and he pulls out this little like makeshift like ink blot thing, and he just I need your thumbprint, and I want.
No more prints. It's kind of a
That is unfortunate. He makes a note, no prints.
hot piece of metal sometimes.
All right. Well, and he hands you this scroll. You do not read it aloud.
I put it in my pocket. I don't even read it yet.
Okay. Very well.
You were amped up for that too.
No, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because it's right here in front of me. I was instructed by him. There are details within, I'm assuming, as we were instructed, within that scroll on our further relationship with you, Athelroy. It was not hard to find you. The rushing days are approaching, and if everything goes according to what is being suspected, the Rua will show the most interest, and I don't know where you are heading, but the further south would probably be best. As the organizations that have contracted for this have issued, and from what I understand, dead or alive. And she looks around to all that are standing within the room, and I would presume that would go for your companions as well.
Stardust doing all right?
She's just sitting there, kind of watching the whole scene play
What
out.
reason would this Rua have for seeking us out?
Well, they're after this gentleman here. But you've been exposed to him long enough to become potential threats.
Are you gonna tell us, or are we gonna ask her
What's that?
why you're wanted?
Do I really need to tell you? You can't figure it out.
Listen, we're not as smart as you, and I'm kind of drunk.
And I just kind of flash the gun. Where have you ever seen these?
Do I feel like he's telling the truth when it's only like that's the only reason why he's on the run?
Roll an insight check.
I don't know where I put my big die. Oh, it's right in
It's
front
right
of
in
me.
front.
Ooh, insight. 13.
13. Up until just moments ago, he's the only person you've ever seen brandish that sort of weapon.
Well, my other thing is do I get like that's the whole truth, or is it just specific?
Now with a 13 there, sailor.
Nothing but the truth.
Okay.
So help you, Dovavar.
I was hoping for a big number from you, so yeah, but no,
So
not
why don't you
with
just-
that number.
So why don't you just give it back to her? Just make another one.
It's not that easy.
Make another one? No, he's not supposed to make another one. That's the whole point.
Yeah, technically I didn't make this one, so
Did you steal it?
it's an heirloom.
Oh, it's already heard it. Is he saying the truth?
Do you know of anything of my father's, and my mother's for that instance, untimely death?
We have not been contracted to investigate that.
How much would it cost to contract you to investigate? Specifically my mother.
The proper channels go through. We could probably do something like that for 1,500.
Are you in town? Are you heading to Caraid after this?
I am. Apparently, there is a festival that's occurring this week, and I'd love to check it out. I have some free time. My contract is complete as of right now, and he dots the I's, and we are done.
Is there a place that I can hail you?
I have not been to the city. I'm not sure. I've heard some places that you can go.
Is Marceline in here?
She is.
Does she look like she's like eager to say anything?
No, she's very quiet right now. She's just taking it all in right now with what you. No, I'm sorry, she wasn't inside when you dropped the big egg there. So she's just absorbing as much as possible.
I do truly apologize for assaulting you in person.
It's alright. I get it all the time. You know, small people.
No, it's. You should really carry less stuff. It makes it really
I
easy.
have everything I need on me.
Assume.
Excuse me?
I'll try and find you tomorrow, and maybe we can discuss further.
We'll be within the city. I'm told that the road here moves pretty quickly. Again, my contract only specified one particular thing. I don't want to have to kill you, Mr. Urberbin. And I won't unless contracted to. So, your weapon, be mindful.
I appreciate the words.
If you don't mind me asking, I'm not too familiar with the city. How, outside of reports of his weapon, were you able to find us? And how could we
I
obscure our trail?
Spoke to a number of people exiting a city by the name of Claythorpe. They were very grateful for what you have did to rescue them, save them from whatever nonsense. I did travel to that city too. You did a number on those.
Time out.
Time out.
Everyone freeze.
Nope.
Oh yeah, 0 gigabytes per second.
Strange.
How long, Austin? How long has it been down?
Also, what should that number be? It's obviously not 0, but
Okay, so we haven't lost too much.
We'll go ahead and take a break here. We're going to take a break then. So we get it back on. So we'll go ahead and take a break right now.
Would you like to play a game?
Hey, Hal.
The day he
Yeah, puts that up there and be like, nope, I'm out. Nope, I'm going home.
Athelroy.
Athelroy.
What
Hey,
happened to
hey,
Roy?
We're back. We appear to have some connection issues there, but we are back on stream here. We're gonna jump right back in where we left off. Nothing really much to get into, but standing within this cart, discussing with Mr. Kotor.
Birdman.
See, it's been reiterated to you that you should maybe be a little more subtle with your actions with whatever that you're carrying with you. She has not been contracted to pursue you, but if she has been contracted, she will pursue. She looks to all of you.
Shake my go ahead.
Very well.
And is there any way to do one of these contracts to ensure our safety?
To stop people from pursuing you?
Yes.
Unfortunately, no, that would not be the case, as the people that have paid for this contract will probably have more money than all of you.
Okay.
Again, we are not assigned to that, and as specified within that scroll, it will notify you to who we are, to you and your late father. Unless there's anything else, or you plan on using that stick, I'm going to leave.
I'm standing in front of the door.
She spins around, looks directly at you as she's almost, she looks down at you. Feel free to move.
There's like a beat, and then I move and open the door for her.
Bartholomew, let's go. And he scurries his way out.
Boy.
The door is left open because she doesn't look cool. Yeah, there you go. And you all stand now in the cart. Velafera is still outside, allegedly.
I walk over to Rao and grab my whiskey.
Take a shot.
I know you don't like talking about stuff.
I just walk out.
I'm gonna look at everybody else and say, Ethelroy, definitely worth it.
Athelroy.
I'm gonna go sit on the seat for the carriage, the driver's seat,
Mm-hmm.
and go ahead and pop the top.
Okay. I'm sorry, Roy. I'll get back to that.
Right.
Roy exits and goes to the front of the cart. As you do, you pop the top and you pull the scroll out and you begin to read. And I will read what you read. It says, "My son."
Close your ears.
No need. "My son, my greatest creation. If you're reading this, then I have passed on. But I have left you, unfortunately, with more secrets than any man should bear. I have committed a great atrocity against the city that I swore a vow to. I have dabbled in the arcane. I have provided to you the spells that I have used. I was attempting to learn these before the loss of your mother. I would like to say that this is all I've done in the name of knowledge, but before you were born, while attempting to develop a longer-lasting energy source for the Volstrekkers, and as soon as he says Volstrekkers, you know those to be the, I utilized some symbols of the arcane and in the guise of mathematical symbols. The machine that I created, the Lilith engine, not only gave us the energy needed, but it allowed for us access to something that we had not anticipated. It called itself Delban, and it possessed such great knowledge. It only required one thing in return: allegiance. I found myself weak. Curie, which you would know to be his assistant, found me crazy, but I obliged and swore Curie to secrecy. I didn't realize its power until I almost lost you and your mother. The Lilith engine must be destroyed, but I fear it may be in the hands of my rivals. I have paid handsomely to the Asadi and have instructed them to aid you in this task and reveal the truth to the Geist machine. You know the Geist machine to be the Council. This will forever tarnish our name, but it is necessary to ensure no one abuses this power any more than it already has been. I'm sorry, my son. I wanted the best for you and your mother, and I feel that all I have done is made the world an even more deadly place than before. I love you, Athelroy. And then you see, signed, Archibald. You pull out the other scroll, and you see several scrolls and the spells that he had used. And I'll just go ahead and give you those now. Thank you.
When he moves up to the front, I'll start labeling out stew. And the last two dishes, I'll set one in front of Eric's, and then after a few minutes of me doing this, I'll go up to the front where it is.
Okay, so you begin to feed everyone. Marceline, very accepting of this. She grabs the stew and immediately takes notice of a bottle of wine, and she walks over to Rao with the bottle of wine.
Drunk Rao is like, holy shit, stew. I'm like killing that thing.
It's funny because as soon as you take knowledge, she hands you the bowl of stew that she had ladled, and she sets the bottle of wine next to you. She says, "Drink."
Yeah.
She begins to pour you a drink, and she drinks with you.
I'm like, Eric, you want any of this?
I just keep eating my stew.
You exit out towards that of Mr. Kotor.
And I'll just hand you a bowl of stew.
I'll take it.
And I don't know what you have out, but I don't look at it. I just sit next to you.
It's just a rolled up piece of paper right now.
You hand him the stew. Villafero eventually enters back into the wagon, and she sits right next to you, Eric's.
Mm-hmm.
She grabs herself some stew and positions herself within the room. The carriage cart is unusually quiet as you hear.
It's laundry day.
What's that?
Man.
I'm drunk as shit. I'm not as well.
What are you saying?
Now that it's like come out once, now it's like one by one coming out.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Have you ever killed anybody? And then like I'll try to whisper the whole story over again to Marceline.
Do I hear that happen?
Perception check.
Did I ever tell you that time that I killed someone? I don't remember. Good night.
Basically.
Natural 20.
Yeah, absolutely. You hear word for word. With a natural 22, even in his drunken slur, you hear this. With a natural 20 as well, you do take notice that Stardust has finished her stew and is beginning working on another costume. She has started on a very tall hat that she is creating for herself. The dinner is had. You enter back in. Roy, do you eventually enter back into the carriage, wagon?
First, I'm going to take that little piece of paper. I'm going to rip off Archibald's name.
Mm-hmm.
my signature, throw it in the fire. And then I'm going to take the rest of it, rip it up into 4 different pieces. One I'm going to put in the brim of my hat, one I'm going to put in my boot.
Please do take note of where you're putting those in
Oh, yeah.
case that comes into play down the line.
And then the other 2 I'm going to put in pocket, pants and jacket pocket.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and I'll just walk around and look at all the carnies.
Okay. Yeah, you do take notice. Roll me a perception check as you're beginning to do that.
18.
18. Several different performers. You do take notice of a large carnival group that is in the process of preparing. A tall man with a very tall top hat, almost similar to yours, but very much black. And everything he wears is just in this guise of black. And a woman apparently is in the process of feeding a mouse to some large boa constrictor that is wrapped around her. She's just feeding that. You see a little clown kid that is doing somersaults. You walk past that group. You do also take notice of several. They look very much long sticks that marionette or puppeteer these things, and you take notice. Roll me a religion check.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You're not familiar, but you see one of these entities looks like this red-skinned, horned entity. Another one looks like a giant worm that they are in the process of fixing and preparing for what you presume to be the day's events.
Anyone gaming?
Anyone gaming? Roll me an investigation check.
8.
No, you do not see anything of that nature.
I'll just
going
make
on.
circuits for a couple hours and head back to the cart.
The inside,
Couple hours.
you eat and prepare to bed for the night. We'll say a couple hours pass and Roy does make his way back into the cart. Everyone's sleeping in the car, or anyone
I
sleeping
am
outside?
not. I'm tired of this cart.
Okay, you step outside.
Yeah.
All right, so you sleep outside under the stars. We will get to you in just a minute.
I'm gonna ask, because I'm gonna go back, because I went back to looking like Unido. I'm gonna ask Stardust if she can make Unido's hat again, because I remember him being kind of fond of that hat. So I'm just gonna ask her if she can just remake it for him.
Okay, she walks over to you. Kneel down.
Okay, no,
She grabs you by the ears, positions your head. She's like, "Stop moving, stop moving." And then she pulls out measure, wraps it around your head,
Sorry.
and takes a measure of your head.
This
She
girl's an
says,
assassin.
sticks out her thumb, kind of looks at your head. She's like, "It might take me some time, but I can start it."
Thanks.
All right,
Yeah, I'll just keep on drinking till I pass out from drinking.
all right. Everyone inside sleeping or otherwise?
Yeah, just chill.
You sleep under the stars. Avelafera waits for the room to get quiet, and she approaches Eric's specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you change?
In my experience in traveling, in situations.
I don't suspect that you're taking me for the rest of them. I know better.
She rolled to make sure she knew better.
Damn it, dice. Is everyone asleep?
Perception check.
I'm snoring.
15.
Everyone but Marceline is sleeping.
I'm not there yet.
And I'm also.
Unido is
Crap.
standing in the corner. Not in the corner. I'm not gonna put you in the corner. Nobody puts Unido
Nobody
in the corner.
puts Unido.
But Marceline, yes, Marceline is up. She's flipping through her spell book. Unido in the room. Stardust is asleep, Rouse asleep, and Kotor it's not made it back, Pipalook will be outside.
It's a half-truth, we'll say. It's not entirely a lie.
What are you hiding from?
Most people hide from their past, and I'm no different. But it's not something that I could control, if that makes a difference. I don't know if it does or not, but
if you and I were supposed to meet, I would assume that Saihanin would not lead me to someone, or your patron lead you to someone, lead you to me, if you had ill intentions. Tell me you do not have ill intentions.
it's certainly not ill intentions, no. It's not something that has anything to do strictly with this connection to either Saihanin or the Raven Queen.
I already don't trust some people in this group. I just need to know I can trust you.
I don't wish to make you not trust me or give you any perception.
Well, your
to not
actions
trust
earlier
me.
showed differently. I need you to be
understand.
transparent.
When I left my childhood home, it wasn't under the best of circumstances. It was after I had met my patron, and that was not accepted. And there were events beyond my control that occurred. And it has the potential to follow me for the rest of my existence, I suppose.
Roll me a base charisma check.
8.
You're using inspiration?
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to protect that asshole.
She looks to you. She just shakes her head a bit. She says, "Well, I can only hope that we won't have the same incidents that we had today with Mr. Kotor, was it?"
At this point, I don't know.
I was outside. I could barely hear, but I heard it was looking. She was looking for him.
It's a strange situation, that one. I suppose we all have strange situations. Maybe not Pipalook. She seems to be pretty straight and narrow. But
I just need to make sure we're in this together when the time comes. You know what I'm referring to, yes?
I do. And whatever my fear of being found or recognized, it doesn't change any of that. It's more about being able to stay on that path as opposed to being pulled from that path.
Very well. Good night.
I'm sorry if I've caused any distrust or worry or unsettled.
Everyone has given me a lot to think about. And I need some time.
Of course.
And in the small cart, she walks 5 feet to go sit down. It's perfect for 2 people. 6 people, not so much. 7 people, it's like, yeah. Okay.
This cart's too small for all this deep.
Do you eventually, we'll say, Roy, you eventually enter the cart?
Eventually make my way back. I'm assuming she's camped outside.
She is.
Just kind of bedded down, like.
And you would take notice, too, as the rest of the outpost is beginning to simmer down.
I'm gonna steal whatever bottle of wine Rao fell asleep with.
Okay.
It's worse torch to start us off.
Can I roll to see if I finished it?
Shit. Oh,
17!
All right. You drank all of it.
Yeah.
With the exception of the little bit that Marceline had. Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it away.
Can you put the bottle away?
You know you got
I
to
also
in
want
my
to make a
bag.
note that the alarm spell does include the front of the entrance that we've been using for the wagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have the alarm spell set up. Do you immediately go to sleep or do you stay up for a bit?
I'll watch the sky for like a couple hours and then I'll go to sleep to get my full. But I'm not going to do a full watch with
Okay.
the guard.
Waste really good rolls.
Mr. Couture, you sleep?
I'm gonna walk up, maybe about 10, 15 feet from you, just so you barely see the light reflecting off of me. You awake?
For now, yes. Is all well?
Relatively. What is it again that you're doing for your forest?
I'm trying to find the cause of the sickness that plagues it.
What caused you to come this far south? Who sent you?
Shara. It's her forest, and through her will I have my abilities. And not even she can purge what's going on.
If you had a choice, would you still wear the mantle of these responsibilities?
It is my choice. I chose to do this.
Have a good night. I'll go in. Yeah, I'll go inside the cart.
All right. Before you enter into the cart, as the rest of you are sleeping, Unido, you watch Marceline in her position where was seated next to Rao. She begins to rifle through his things, and she pulls out a metal box. She sets it in her lap and struggles with the lock. She utters a few words, and it pops open. I need everyone in the cart to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Have fun, people.
Oh boy.
Are saves at disadvantage when you're drunk? Hell no.
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do you dirt.
I don't know,
I'm
Marceline's
gonna
doing
use
his
my
dirty.
inspiration. It's worse. So I'm definitely out.
I'm totally out.
I'll stick with mine. 12.
12.
2.
2.
13.
Okay. I'm going to roll for Velafera, because I already rolled for Marceline.
I actually would not have stopped her. Just,
If only.
Okay.
I actually would have got closer. to
Everyone in the
help her.
cart,
She was still
you're
struggling.
immediately woken up as you feel a memory from your mind pulled. You would only see this. You would see this because you were watching Marceline immediately. You see, out of everyone in the room, the stream of each color. From Velafera and Eric, you see purple. The stream of purple energy. From Rao, you see red. Unido, you see green. And a piece of your thought has been pulled into this box. Marceline is blue. And she looks down and she puts her hand, she goes and reaches her hand. All of you wake up and you see Marceline placing her hand into this box, and she grabs this orb, this complete glass orb the size of a baseball. She holds it up and she says, "That was it. That's all I needed to know." And she places it back in the box.
So you said this just randomly woke me up.
Everyone was woke. You all woke up
And,
in that instance because you all failed your wisdom saving throw.
and I just So to paint the picture, we just see her holding the box and holding.
She holds the
item.
box and holds this orb in her hand, looks at it, and it glows with this energy, pulses, and she just drops it into the box. And she is within a foot of you right now because she had pulled it directly out of your bag.
I'm gonna. What the fuck's that thing you gave me?
What?
The shadow hand thing. I'm gonna cast that cantrip and grab the box from her hand with
Alright.
it, just pulling it from her.
This long clawed hand shoots out from Rao's hand and grabs the box.
And I'm going to simply say to her, if you want to look through my stuff, ask first. And I'm going to put the box in the bag.
You're so shit-faced.
Yeah. Like drunk sweats and like black claw.
She looks out and you take notice of her. She is deeply frightened. She looks to you, looks to Unido, and she just walks and steps away from all three of you. And she's,
Is she like leaving?
she is backing against the wall because she is in shock.
She's not going towards the door,
Nope.
or no?
She doesn't know where the door is because she's looking at you three and
Wait,
Velafera
hold
for
on.
that matter.
Me, Eric's, and who else?
Unido.
The party in the
Party
wagon.
in the
Wagon.
I go to sit by her.
As soon as you step towards her, she just keeps backing away from you.
I want to grab the ball in
Okay.
the box.
In
Did
your
she
hand?
open it up? Might as well.
You grab the ball.
Yeah, I like dissipate the claw and I just, yeah.
As you do, you see
Oh shit.
you saw the first time Velafera ever took the soul of someone's life. You see the man that you killed, his face over and over again. You see 4 tieflings that look about the same, 2 females, incinerated in a fire. And you see a man, not made of wood. And he's dying. So, you hold this orb in your hand, and you sense all of this at the same time.
I've seen.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
This is the one I should have saved inspiration
Right.
for. Oh, it's way better. It's still a -1 though. 16.
16. You're good. You're not completely frightened of everyone around you. But you've been hit with a lot all at once. Oh, and I'm sorry. You would have seen a very young Marceline peeking out of a doorway, looking at a younger Dovovar having a verbal argument with someone that looks very much like Marceline.
Okay. When she took the lock off, do I see the lock laying around?
Yes.
I put the ball back in, close it, relock it. And I point at everybody else, and I'm going to say one thing. Who wants to see it first?
See what?
What did she do? Velafera says. What did she do? What did you do? And she
Oh.
starts yelling at Marceline.
Just because Belfair pissed me off earlier, I'm going to mask him any face into the first person she soul sucked or whatever.
Oh, damn.
And stare at her.
Does the yelling
Roll me an
wake me up?
intimidation check.
Does the yelling wake me up?
Yes, absolutely. You guys do hear the yelling.
Oh, that's
7.
adorable.
Yeah, I'm like about to open the door, like.
Yeah, you almost walked into that shit too.
It's only a 7.
7?
Yeah.
That person wanted that fate. She says aloud to you. They wanted that fate. What are you guys doing? Marceline.
I
The
approach
door opens up.
Marceline.
I'm
Yeah, the
behind
door
Roy.
opens up as Roy stands there, gun out,
And yeah, like what the shit.
I'm
and
gonna
people
go.
look right behind.
Does anyone approach me? I'm going one by one through this list of things I just saw.
I'm approaching Marceline.
You
How close
approach
am I
Marceline,
standing
she
to
backs away.
I'm going.
Oh.
I'm
I back her
gonna
into
use
a
a
corner.
skill called inaction on Marceline.
Uh-huh.
I need her to make a wisdom saving throw.
Nope. That's not gonna do it.
On a failed save, it sits and is incapacitated until your concentration ends, which lasts for 10 minutes. Or unless it's attacked or an ally of hers gets attacked.
Yep, she
On a successful, yeah. Yep.
she's paused. She stops dead in her tracks. And Roy and Pippa-Luke enter into the room,
What is going on?
and you see a face that is not roused right now.
No, I'm going to.
I'm pointing with my still goat mask on.
So, when you cast that, does it make a physical thing that we know that you're the one who's casting it?
Not in this case, no. Not this one.
Okay, so I have no idea, but I saw Eric's aggressively walk towards
Oh,
Marceline.
yeah. Yep.
Then I will turn into the next eldest. Oh,
The next Albus?
eldest. No, I'm not gonna do that. That is very harsh.
Do what you do, man.
No, because he wouldn't do that. I would do that, but he wouldn't do that. No.
Good to know.
Can I see through?
I'll just summon the Cloud again and just like interpose between Eric's and Marceline.
All right, this shadowy claw moves in between. Mr. Couture, Pippa-Luke, you see all this happening in a matter of seconds.
And all I'm going to say is, you don't want to know what I saw.
I just want to know what happened.
She opened that box, didn't she? Bella Ferris says. This is
Yes.
fun. I want to point out this is really
I shake my
fun.
go ahead, yeah.
Hey Pat, I'm not gonna be able to be here next week.
He's going to the Indy 500 with
Wait,
Can.
What is going on?
do I notice Roy walked in the room?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a big room. It's not a big space. So Roy and
Roy's
Pippa-Luke
like,
both are standing in the room, and
But I already
Pippa-Luke
locked
seems
the
to be
box.
demanding.
Never mind.
Was there a Stardust thought?
Oh yeah, let me roll for her. Hold on.
Yep, the first person she ever assassinated.
No, there was not.
Ooh.
I rolled high.
Yeah, never mind, because I already locked the box, so I can't do it. Anyways,
Sneaky.
all I'm gonna say is, I'm just gonna turn to everybody and say, we are all going back to bed now.
I don't
That-
think so. What is going on?
I'm with Pippa-Luke on this one. This is.
I'm gonna say, to bed now. And I'm gonna start packing all my stuff back in my bag that she rifled through. Remember my things.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna charge up to him, grab my shoulder, and put my arms right against his neck. You're gonna stop with these secrets and tell me what's going on.
Roll me. Okay, so I need a grapple check, strength, acrobatics from you as she is ran towards you and is attempting to grapple.
I am tipping my hat at Rao.
Okay, you're
Oh, no.
yes,
Athletics?
yes, against your acrobatics or strength,
Oh,
whatever you.
then just, that's straight 8.
23.
She grabs a hold of you and puts her
No, you
elbow into you and demands, as she suggested, she demands answers.
I'm gonna say, who do you think you are?
I think I'm the person pinning you by the throat. Speak now. Tell the
Who
truth.
do you think you are? You think you look down on all of us? And little spikes start to appear out my back. I'll be a little blackened bone. You think you look down on us because you're so morally right, that you're so okay? You are from a little farm town that knows nothing about this world. Go back to where you came from because you don't know a single thing about what any of us went through.
I wanted to find sense and see if he's possessed by like a fiend or
And
fake
little by
creature.
little, more bones start to protrude on my back.
Define sense?
Yeah, celestial fiend or undead.
Celestial, very much so. You immediately catch the scent of the celestial on him.
Armor bag this.
What is happening to you? What is this?
30 more seconds and the wings are all out.
Okay.
You just see these bony, black, broken, mangled wings start pouring out of my back. And
It's at this point Velafera stops and looks to you. She says, "You need to stop."
Well, I need everyone in this room to make a wisdom saving throw, so.
Okay.
Oh.
And yes.
8. Wisdom?
I have 15.
I'm so wise.
Oh,
It's racial, so I don't know what.
8
forget what it's
for
based on.
proficiency, so 14.
Inspiration. Natural
21.
Velafera fails. Marceline succeeds, but she's.
Marceline.
Yeah.
Villafera has to take her action and movement to run out the room.
And she does. She is genuinely afraid of you now.
I want to,
And yells to Eric's, "You should leave too."
I'm going to take my other hand, I'm going to grab his wing, and I would like to melee attack Divine Smite.
Take these broken wings.
So, do we roll initiative right now?
No, because the only two people that are fighting are you two.
Oh, then I just cast Whole Person. On Piddly.
I cast silence on him.
Okay, now we roll initiative.
Alright.
Oh no!
I did really good. Oh shit.
Everyone gets +2 because
Nope.
Malara's next to me.
Everyone gets
You got
+2.
You got it.
Oh,
Rao, what'd you get?
He, higher.
19.
He wins.
Roy?
11 if we get +2.
Eric's?
9-ish.
Okay.
9.
7.
7 for Pipluke and Unido.
11.
What is happening right now?
Oh, you decided to go demon.
Well,
That's not.
we made it 6 episodes.
Okay, at this point, Rao, you have the initiative. What are you doing?
Did I cast the Whole Person before or after this?
The.
I think that was.
Yeah, I would allow you to
whole
cast it.
person, right?
Oh,
No,
Okay.
fuck that. She took the first action. You waited. You,
Okay, so
Yeah, now you
I'll
get
take
to
the
roll.
damage
Yeah.
for the whatever.
Alright, so roll to hit, right?
You gotta split the. Is it radiant or force from the?
It'd be radiant damage.
Okay, split that from your staff damage.
Well,
right hand.
let's see if she hits first.
Oh, plus strength, that's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if she hits first.
It's 1 point of damage plus smite, which I believe it's you're celestial, right?
Yep.
Yeah, doesn't count. So it's 11 points of radiant damage and 1 point of bludgeoning.
Okay.
Mark, what you got?
And then I will cast Hold Person. Was this again? Was this the action for after?
This
rolling
is your
initiative?
action. This is your initiative because she
Yeah.
took the initiative to whack you, and the initiative has.
No, I reached out to his
Oh
wing,
yeah,
I'm just crushing it.
essentially yes.
Crushing your wings.
So it is
So, yeah,
your turn. You
so-
took the initiative.
I will cast Hold Person. You should make a Wisdom saving
Yeah.
throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Hopefully I roll as well as I did last time. Yeah, that's 19 plus.
So what physically are you holding?
I would have my arm under your throat like this, and I'd be grabbing whatever the wing it is and just tighten my grip on it. That's what I use to smite you.
Now that I'm starting to get choked out,
Yeah.
I'll start to focus more on what's going on. I will make Pippaluke, because she's in my face, will notice it. It takes me a lot of focus, like it almost kind of pains me, and you'll watch the wings like kind of stab into my body and curl back inwards. And I will just say to her, "Go to bed."
You don't get to make those demands anymore.
Fine, I'm going to bed.
How's this happening?
I have a
The date on Marceline is no longer active because someone in our party got attacked.
Okay.
So she's now terrified again.
I'll just say,
Back to terror.
crushing another skull, because that's all you do. Talk above everyone and crush skulls like you're not better than all the rest of us.
But you were the one holding the box. Like you were better than all of us, and you saw what that does. And you wanted to take that to Dovavar?
Is that a Marceline?
Yes, because she is no longer controlled. You wanted to take that to Dovavar and hand it right to him?
Okay. Are you still crushing my throat right now?
Yeah.
It's better than being in the hands of ours, because see what happens when we open it.
No, we just need to make better decisions. You wanted to take this right to my mentor, and this just pulled.
Closing the door.
It's pulled memories from me. I don't know what pulled from. Well, actually, I do. I don't understand why this, what's going on, and why this needed to be such a secret until now. We are at the doorstep of the city I was raised in, and you will want to bring this into that city?
What happened is what I want to know.
Did it hurt you?
I just learned too much about all of you.
What did you learn?
I saw you kill that man. And she cries as she says, "What? Eric's, I saw what you did. And I don't know what I saw, Unido, but who are you?" I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. I that box, I don't know. Right now you hear the door jiggling as somebody's trying to get in.
Do we have like a people at the door, or like what's the deal with the door?
Is everyone,
That would be people at the back door.
is everyone accounted for in here?
No,
No,
Vilifer's
Vilifer's
outside.
Vilifer's outside, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's either Valifera or someone who heard all of the fucking yelling.
What are you guys doing?
Who did you kill? Eric's, what did you do?
Okay, so as per I wrote, I don't remember killing the dude, but now that I saw it again through memory, do I recognize that face?
You don't recognize the face.
Oh, shit, dude. Saying I don't know. None of you would believe that, but I still don't know. He was just a bum on the street. Asked me for some change, then I didn't give it to him. Felt the need to take the change from me.
So you killed him.
It doesn't necessarily sound like it was on purpose. I don't
Marceline
know.
shakes her head and concurs. What I saw was him defend himself.
That's something.
But there was a ferocity to it.
Like the creature he just became.
I don't know.
I'm gonna start making a sandwich.
Yeah.
Where's the
I
damn
like
peanut
your
butter
assist.
at?
So what are you gonna do, Pippaluke?
I'm
The door's
Because
still
we all
closed.
know what you like to
trying
do.
to just be right in between the two to kind of just put like a
Okay.
barrier.
Are you pulling her off of him?
Yeah, she's still
Are
choking
you
him out.
still
I am
choking
so,
him out?
yeah.
I just put my hand gently on your shoulder.
I'm just gonna look at Pippaluke and say, "Do it," and I'm gonna mask as many faces myself into the half orc with the bludgeon point through his head, which he smited when we were inside that chapel underneath the
The
ground.
orc prince.
No, the other guy, the cleric guy that we said we were gonna leave, but then
What are you
didn't kill
doing?
him.
Marceline says. What are you doing?
His blood is not on my hands.
Fine. And I'll walk over to the door.
Uh-huh.
I think we all need to take a breath and
It's hard to take a breath with the
I-
arm in your throat.
I understand that, Pippaluke. If you could, I think we just all need to take a step back.
No, we trust each other now. I will loosen it a little bit so he can breathe better, but you're still pinned to a wall.
Velifera does eventually make her entrance into the room.
Which,
Yeah,
did she
the
knock?
doors- yeah, she did. Yeah, she knocked and shook the door, and she's in the room now.
Wave.
Close the door again.
Yeah, I don't appreciate what you did. So we need to maybe I'm going to sleep. We can discuss this tomorrow. Right?
Yeah, I'm sleeping outside.
I'm gonna take the box on my bag now. I'm gonna say, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna throw it to Marceline. I'm gonna walk out of the camera.
Can I try to catch that? Or intercept that throw?
Yeah, roll me an initiative.
Close to him. Nope. I get a +2?
No, she does too.
Oh, that's gonna be a 6.
All right. Yeah, he chucks it. It almost knocks her over. It's a pretty dense box, but she holds it in her hands.
All I'm gonna say is,
I'm gonna hang on to this.
or all Ralph says is, I need answers and none of you have them for me. So, I can get the carry out on my own. And then out the door.
You
I follow.
exit out the door. Eric's follows. Pipalook.
I'm gonna go back out to the outdoor area.
So you guys all go the same way. That's
Yeah.
fun. Awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, you parked over here too?
Belafera, she sees you leave. Where are you going?
I'll be right back. I just have a question or two.
And she just walks away from you.
Come back to me.
Roy, anything?
I'm eating a sandwich outside, drinking some whiskey.
Everybody's outside right now. You guys were all inside. Now you're all back
I'm
If
inside.
like
everybody left.
going.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I got
if
you.
Going,
everybody
going?
left,
Yeah.
then I'll go back inside and be like, so Stardust.
Oh no!
I had an idea. How about we rename your wagon?
What are we gonna call it?
Stardusted Pastries.
What?
Pastries. Never had powdered sugar on a pastry before?
I've had plenty of pastries.
Stardusted Pastries.
I don't know.
You know, like, what do you think?
I don't think Grandpa would like that so much. When we find him, I think we'll just keep it the same.
Okay.
I'm going to sleep. You guys are really loud.
I know. Do you have any music boxes or anything in here?
I got this one. She pulls out a tiny little music.
Why don't you go and wind that thing up? And I'll just go sit in the other corner. That way, if they try and kill each other outside, we won't hear it.
Pipalook, you stand next to the fire near your campsite for now. Unido's still inside.
Yeah, I'm
Rouse.
stationed over watching Marceline,
I'm
where
gonna
she
go.
puts the box and all that.
Yeah, she puts it. Yeah, you take notice of her. Put it in her bag now.
I'm gonna go over to the horses, and just hands on the side, hit one of them's face and touching my forehead, cast speak with animals.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask one of the ones that has been traveling with us. Has any of us done anything to scare you? I'm gonna ask the horses snitch on you guys.
No, it
Just get
actively says to you,
You mean other than whip me?
the trolls were pretty scary. The wind thing was kind of weird. I mean, you guys were all kind of weird, in my opinion.
That's fair.
But no, I mean, nothing directly to me. But
Have to say nay.
I have to say nay on that one. But as far as I can tell, no one's been weird at all.
If you get a bad feeling from any of us, will you let me know?
I can try. I can try, yeah. Sure. He looks to the other horse and we should do that, yeah. The other one just kind of nods.
And I'll reach into my pocket and like any little bits of food, I'll feed them.
Rao, you are storming across the outpost in any particular direction?
I'm gonna try to find like a stable that sells horses. Like I know it's probably too late to buy one, but just any kind of like sign in the window sort of situation.
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Your wings still out?
No.
I need a horse.
14.
You take notice, nothing that sells. This is a military outpost exclusively. There are stables. Most of the would be horses for the actual military itself.
Is there like a separate stable for like whoever's sleeping here's horses, or is it all in the same?
All in the
thing?
same.
Okay.
Anybody who just very much like your wagon, if your horses are there, they are attached to your cart or next to you. The only horses that are stable here are horses that belong to the military.
Okay. Then I'm gonna pull a stoop boy and fall asleep on the stoop of the ranch.
Okay. Eric's about 30 feet away from him. You take notice, him pause, look around, and eventually just sit down and position himself for sleep.
I would like to position myself where I can watch him, but not necessarily be spotted by him when he wakes up.
Okay,
And
stealth
I'm
check.
not gonna sleep. 15.
Yeah, not actively looking for you, so you position yourself in the shadows and watch Rao. Eventually, sleep takes him. Sleep takes the rest of you. Rao, you wake up rather early as the carts begin to move around, and the caravans are positioning themselves to the east exit and to the south exit. One or two wagons are positioning themselves to the north exit.
Wait, you said there's like separate caravans?
There are several separate caravans.
Like that have just like general people in them?
There are.
Or is it like this is my caravan, and then, or is there like some dude that's like, pay me
It's
10
like
gold?
the
Roll me a
no.
perception check as you're waking up.
It's like the state fair is coming in. Every single vendor is about to come in.
Only a 12.
12. I mean, you see farmers. You see a lot of these performer types. But yeah, there are a number of wagons. Some painted the same colors, others not related to at all. And then peppered in, you would see like mom and pop's like bushel of corn wagon that is just like ready to take. We got to get this crop in the Caraid, you know. So
I'm gonna go towards one of the mom and pop ones that look like there might be extra space.
Can I grab him by the shoulder?
okay, as you were paying attention to him, you will take a level of exhaustion.
Yes.
Because of no sleep.
I have that written down. Okay.
So you run over and you tap him on the shoulder, or at least grab a hold of him.
Just gently.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I understand your frustration. I do. Pepperloot can be quick to judge and quick to anger in her righteous anger. She's probably the best of us, let's be honest. But I think that you would benefit, regardless of anyone else's feelings about you, to stay here. It's difficult. We've all done things in our past that we don't necessarily agree with or are okay with or necessarily remember. I can relate to that.
Here's the thing, guy. I like you, but I'll let you make the decision. Like Marceline, I saw some things that you don't want to be sitting next to a guy who knows this about you. So think, I'll give you 30 seconds. You still want me to stay? Even with all the things I saw?
I'll take my chances.
Do you think the rest will too?
That's up to them.
I feel like Eric's actually has my like best interest at this moment, or is it like
Roll me an insight check.
4?
Hard to read.
From what I've understood is you were in a bad situation and you did what you could to survive. You don't necessarily remember what you did, that's something that has happened to many people. I can relate to that on a personal level. You may not know what you've seen, you may not understand what you saw, what you think you saw, but I feel like it's a similar situation.
I'll go back because I'm watching the carts starting to like leave and stuff like that. So
And
I'll
as,
go back.
as this conversation ends, that you hear all three gates open at the same time, and carts begin to funnel out. You to make your way back to the other camp, and Pickleluke is probably already packed up the camp at this point. Roy, you awake inside Velafera, very much so, and she steps outside, scanning the area, looking for Eric's and that of Rao. You guys do make your way back in a timely manner. Marceline looks, she says, as soon as the gate's open, we need to go. We only have a day. So, we gotta go.
I'm gonna be in the driver's seat waiting.
I'll be up front too.
As the wagon is loaded up, everybody gets in the back, and and you position yourselves towards the south exit, waiting in your line of carts going out. Pippalook and Roy, you take notice and hear a voice call out to you. You immediately notice this, and you see the major of the outpost is approaching, and he stops and looks, and he says, again, I failed to take down the whereabouts. Where did you say you would be?
We are going to be in Caraid to the wild hunt it was.
Wild
Wild hunt.
ritual.
Wild ritual.
I want to write that down. Yeah, the wild ritual again. Oh, thank you. I apologize. I did not take the proper notes for that, and we will be in contact with you as soon as we can. And you are
I'm sorry? My name's Roy.
Roy.
I'm the driver.
Okay. All right.
Do I recognize him?
He looks like the major.
Oh, okay, he's the main.
Yeah, it looks like.
Punch him in the face!
James back on.
What?
He looks like the major.
Who
He
didn't
pauses.
take down proper notes?
Nope. I mean, that was Pippalook's misinformation, but you know.
He nods to you. All right, very well. Carry on. Good day.
By himself.
He is.
Where's your guards at?
Stationed throughout the outpost
Ah,
at all times. Carry on. Have a good day. And he
That's
walks
great.
away.
can I roll a history check to know if there is a standard hail or greeting for the Emerald Guard?
Yeah, but for you, it's going to be a high DC because you know nothing of the outside world.
That's fine.
Go for it.
But I am a historian.
Okay, I get you.
16.
Not familiar with. You know, yes, it sounds like a great idea. Yeah, everyone, each military, Vildaril, Nadrian, Sarama, they all have their ways of presenting, announcing, etc.
So I'm just going to bluff, and I'm going to make up my own, and see how the thing reacts.
Okay, roll me a deception check.
I'm just clean and green.
If he nats this has to be the thing.
Deception, you said?
Deception check.
Deception. Deception is going to be a 14.
The individual stops dead in their tracks, turns to
I'm
you,
like,
and places their hand over their chest and says, "Clean and green."
I just kind of turn to Pippa and be like, doppelganger.
Spins on his heels and walks away. Right this way. Front to the front. Keep the cars moving. We got others coming. Please. Thank you very much.
Oh shoot, we busted a wheel.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna jump
pulling
out
the
the
cart
car
over.
and follow him.
Okay, you're jumping out of the
The
car.
major, yeah.
All right, you
I'm
jump out
just
of the
gonna
car.
start knocking on the wagon.
Make me a perception check.
It's gonna be 17.
17.
Yeah.
Go get it! Go get it!
You look into the crowd of people. You do not see the major.
Son of a bitch!
Are you leaving? Where?
I pulled off to the side.
No, but they're just trying to make sure everyone. Are you
I'm gonna-
stepping out or going?
While she's doing her thing, I'm trusting her. I'm just gonna start acting, pretending like I'm checking the wheels.
Everybody inside the cart is stopped. You don't know.
I knocked.
Okay.
I'll come out of the cart.
All right, you step out of the cart.
To the guard who's talking to me, I'll be like, does the major have a habit of coming out and grading cards individually?
I mean, not out of the realm of possibility. Have you seen the major?
We did just now, and it was acting peculiarly. My companion was concerned.
Looks around. I don't see him.
I'll give one last glance around, but
You look out. I mean, you see other guards and you see other farmers,
Yeah.
and some people are just now entering in from the south gate or the east gate to come in from
Do they
Falstaff.
announce what happened with the doppelganger, or they all just knock on the door?
I knocked on the door to get someone to come out.
I want to approach Roy and just kind of casually like lean down and pretend like I'm
Helping.
essentially
Here.
helping.
Hold the lug nut. Fuck.
Yes.
Sorry.
Love it.
I do believe we just had a run-in with the doppelganger.
The one that you have.
Mm-hmm. Could
Okay.
you go kind of slowly back inside
When
and
I
just
hear it.
let them?
Yeah.
Well, I
I
mean,
will.
Eric
just-
pours out. Do you exit? Rao? Are you exiting or are you staying in the
Announce
cart?
it.
I come back through, like, to the door and just kind of like casually walking, like nothing's wrong, and going to the cart and be like, doppelganger. Because like I don't necessarily know how bad that meat is because I wasn't aware of it.
I'm gonna change into someone, the Marshala person from before, and I'm just gonna run out the door and start chasing after him. And Eldritch,
Chasing after who?
they said doppelganger, right? So I'm gonna start Eldritch sighting
Okay.
the area and just start randomly scanning everything.
Roll me an investigation check.
Jesus, man. Sorry. The whole entire group of
13.
carnival folk and such.
I mean, you're looking about. There are a few people that like. We'll say one of the guards does give off like his weapon gives off like a little bit of divine nature to it. Looking about, nothing is catching your sight.
I'll go back to Roy, and I'll say, a person got between us, and then it was gone.
I understand. It's nearly impossible to travel something that can change the way it looks. We should. I just hope the major's not dead. We were the last ones to speak to him about anything significant.
I did tell the guard that we talked to the major as we were headed out, and something seemed odd, so hopefully that'll work in our favor.
When we were in the room with the major, was there anyone else in the room?
Nope.
Oh shit.
Just you two.
Great. That's fantastic.
No
Marceline does
doppelganger,
approach.
his name's Ronald.
At this point, Marceline approaches, and
It's not Ronald.
Marceline approaches and says, "I don't want to be a thorn in anyone's side, but we are burning daylight."
So I turned back after all that, since I lost his, or didn't pick up his trail. We can't leave. We have to stay here.
And if the creature, knowing where we're headed, gets there before us?
We make it obvious that we're not leaving. He doesn't care about where we're going.
The stupid Axel.
All he needs is the thing in our possession. If they're still around, if they haven't left yet, then they'll know that,
And what if it just goes to the place that we're heading?
and does the same thing to Joanne.
It does the same thing to Dovavar.
Well, that was the
So-
fear in the first
I mean, I'm
place.
not trying. I mean, what we went through last night. I'd rather discuss at a different point, but right now we're placing Dovavar and his family at risk.
I think regardless of whether or not we leave now or later, we're leading him to the place we're going regardless. So I don't think a delay would make much of a difference to the inevitable.
But if it knows where we're going, it only needs to wait there until we eventually, we stay here another day,
Funny
we have the
question.
advantage.
There are things that go boom in the night between here and there, yes. But we have a magical box on wheels. Say we go halfway and camp for the night in the magical box on wheels. Anything not in the magical box on wheels that's trying to be within sight of us, we'll have to deal with the things outside. I'm not sure how the horses are going to fare.
So here's a different idea. Since, like you said, Marceline, we gotta start making smarter decisions. It doesn't know that we know that. Let me not talk in circles. It doesn't realize that its ruse is up. It still believes that we have no idea it's following us. What if we use that to our advantage? What if we just show up to Dovavar's and pretend everything's fine? This might be one of our only times to reverse a trap on it. We've seen what it does before. It kidnaps the person that it hides and then all of a sudden just takes their place until it's ready to pounce. We've seen what it does, and honestly, we've gone through a lot of shit between then and now.
What time it's been since the gates opened?
Let's say with everybody running out, kind of, let's say about 40 minutes, almost an hour has passed. You guys have pulled off to the side, started investigating, looking about. Yeah, about an hour has passed.
Should we go meet with the major?
I don't think so.
Honest,
Whatever we do, and again, I'm trying to be as cautious here as possible, is that we are, this is Marceline saying this, is if we're stuck outside after dark, it's going to be worse than whatever that doppelganger is going to do to us.
I say we go. Let's give it less time to prep up. If we give it too much time, we might actually end up killing whoever it's replacing or do better at hiding their body. But if it knows the pressure's on, it might get sloppy. So we go, we pretend everything's fine, and then do whatever Roy did to figure out that whoever is there isn't really there.
I just bullshitted like I do everything else. Everybody else, for the most part, has already left, right? They started.
Yeah, I mean, you
Alright, so we're
see
gonna be
some
the
wagons that are
last.
entering in and out now because now that the gates are
Yeah.
maybe houses that we're closer to, they're passing through. Those are heading east, those are heading north, south.
Let's wait till we're the last ones heading that direction. We're fairly certain of it with enough time to get there. That way, if anyone comes in after us to see where we've gone. Other than that, it's probably already there waiting to see us come in.
I will say this much though: so anyone who enters the city and attempts to disguise himself arcanely in a city full of wizards are making a very poor decision. She looks at Eric's and she looks at Ralph when she says that.
Do we know, is that even arcane though? I mean,
I can only suspect.
Isn't
I'm
that
not familiar.
race?
I've never really
the
studied.
race of
I've never really
change
studied the studied doppelgangers at this point. I don't know.
Let's to go in either way. This wheel looks fine. Freshly oiled.
Thank you for taking care of that. I think that would have been a problem down the road.
Now, my navigation system.
Oh boy. We need to address
Climb
that
up.
at some
It's
point.
in the on-bar system.
Non-bar system. Thank you for going on board.
Oh boy.
Anyway, so car is loaded up. Everybody gets in the back as per usual. Pippa, Luke, and Roy up front. I need animal handling check. Either one of you can roll at advantage, or you guys can roll separately. But your DC has gone up because you have wasted an hour of daylight.
I'm actually going to be using my time to do something else later on your own.
All right.
Oh, so then you're just doing a straight roll then.
Yeah. Yikes.
8.
No.
Do you have inspiration?
We might be going with your
Nope.
plan.
No, he used
Oh,
that.
shit.
All right, so you begin the first leg, coaxing the horses and everything. You still have the third horse, unless you dumped Chesterfield off.
They didn't
What
take
the
it
hell's
unless
going
they
on
had it.
today?
Wait, like, did
Gave
they not?
Chesterfield.
They did not take the
They didn't
horse.
take the horse.
They only took the body.
We have 3 horses.
It's almost like someone planted a seed of distrust in this horse's head.
Yeah, because honestly, yeah, the one
The
horse,
horse is like.
keeps like looking back and throwing Roy the side eye. This bitch.
Yeah.
But
He's
the
the one.
first leg of your journey is a little bit slow, and you're just constantly trying to coax these. Come on, let's go. What is it you're attempting to do?
I'm gonna take out the bit of troll skin that I have, and I would like to actually cut it into enough pieces.
You are on the front of a cart.
I am. It's like a bench, right?
Yeah.
She's rolling it out on her lap like
Yeah.
she's knitting a sweater
She's knitting a sweater.
of troll skin.
Roll me a survival check at disadvantage.
It is kind
Yeah, that's you're asking a lot here, kid.
Does the troll skin have an arm now?
At
I don't need to
disadvantage?
roll a disadvantage.
What is that?
Because that's a 1.
You pull it out. You see this nasty thing just slaw out, and it's just laying across her lap. And as soon as it does, it's just like slime. It and just
No.
dumps onto the ground.
My troll skin.
It's
gone.
it's gone.
Oh. We're
And
not
the
going
horse
that
is
fast.
looking at
We're looking
you
8.
sideways now.
it's like 8 miles an hour.
My troll skin.
You can jump off and get it if you'd like, but as right now it is in a pile of dirt.
Yeah,
On the
I'm
side
gonna
of the
try to
road.
get
Oh
Okay.
my god.
it. I trust myself.
All right, just roll me an athletics check.
I mean, my inspiration.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
really?
Yeah, I
All
really am.
right,
Oh boy. Cool. That's gonna be a 23.
23. You jump off, you grab it, and you manage to, as Roy's like finally getting these horses coaxed, like, come on now.
Explains the 8 roll.
Yeah, right.
And you run up and you jump back on with this, and you slop this thing right back in the seat next to you.
Well done.
It's covered in dirt.
Thank you.
It's covered in dirt and sand, and yeah.
Slaw.
Maybe another animal handling check.
Are you helping us?
8.
All right. You're struggling to get
Yeah.
How
these.
far did I win, right?
No,
3
no.
7s.
Nope. You actually increased the DC with that.
Good.
And while this is happening in the interior, what is going on?
I'm actually uncharacteristically laid out on the floor, like almost like asleep. And I've been since the doppelganger incident, like pretty much all day.
You planking?
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
It still
Um,
wasn't ready.
I'm gonna go up to Unido and I'm gonna ask him some things. Hey, I know this is gonna be difficult to convey because you don't speak, but the way you teleport, what do you need to make that happen?
And there's no response.
Um,
It's still goat mask on.
so, your spoon, and I'll try to like, I'll go like grab some cutlery. Is this what you need to go back? You just get further away and then you just go back to the spoon? I'm like holding spoon in his face.
Shrug of the shoulders.
Unido, I'm trying to think of a way that we can help Unido. I'm trying to think of a way that we can keep up with the doppelganger if it tries to leave again. And I think you're the key to that. But I don't know how your thing works, and I don't know if it'll work or not without it.
You hear Relifair speak up. Maybe you should try to scare it out of him.
I'm gonna ignore it. Ignore it. There's nothing wrong with Unido.
Nothing. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, then I'm just gonna drop the. And you see Ral try to make a new plan.
Okay.
Now that he doesn't know how that thing works.
A simple plan.
Good man.
You can leave. You can leave. I need another animal handling check.
I would like to help.
You're going to
I've
assist
done
on
myself
this
in.
one?
You are good?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
'Cause natural 20.
It is as the sun is beginning to, we'll say it is probably in about 4 o'clock hour, and you guys know from when you left that you got to pick this pace up. And
Yeah.
and the horse, when he cracks in, that the horse just looks to you, Pippa, like, is this the sign? Is this it? Is this it? Is this when the revolution starts right now? Wolverines! but he eventually is coaxed, and you guys haul inside. You guys can definitely feel the shift as these horses are going. And Roy, here's the thing: because of your 2 fails previously, your DC was 21, so the natural 20 helped.
Yeah, because my animal handling is a +1.
So natural 20.
Oh
was-
my god.
But you manage to get to the front of Caraid, and you see a line of a lot of the carnies and things like that were heading into the city. They are positioned. You are waiting in line to get into the city.
Once we start seeing this, like the walls of the city on the horizon, can I ask Stardust for one favor? Do you have scissors?
Yes.
Have you ever cut someone's hair before?
An 8-year-old?
Yeah, and she's a seamstress. I've seen her do work, and it's more than whatever.
I've cut my own a little bit.
Would you like to try on someone else?
Sure.
And I'm gonna have Stardust cut the long locks on the head and try to.
You're gonna get a haircut.
I'm gonna get
In a
a
moving
Oh,
wagon,
man. Yeah.
going full bore.
Sorry, Carolina.
No reference pics or
You
anything?
see that all of you in the cart. You see the tongue.
Oh boy.
She stands up. She's like, "Don't move."
I will
If
try my
only
best
Pip-
not to move.
If only
Can
Pipluck
I-
was here to hold you still.
Can I hold person myself so she doesn't?
Don't move. And you do see her a little shakily, but she does cut Rao's hair rather well. She does cut the long off. It does look almost more in line with what you have going on right now. I rolled a natural 20 and a 14 because I rolled at disadvantage because the cart is flying.
Yeah.
But yes, your hair is cut and you look cleaner, look more clean cut than you did before. And eventually, as she finishes the cut, you do feel the cart begin to slow and eventually come to a stop, and then an inch up, and inch up, and
It's like I-4. Great.
Yep.
as everyone is being just more or less investigated and interviewed, etc., as they enter into the city. What are you here for? Your cart pulls up. What brings you to Caraid today?
Returning one of Caraid's students and visiting a benefactor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how many in the cart?
I give him the number, which is 6.
6.
8.
8. Is it 8?
Okay. 8.
I give him the correct number.
Very
I
well.
go this many.
Marceline and Stardust.
I don't learn how to count up north. It wasn't
1,
important.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 plus 2 NPCs.
Yeah.
3 NPCs.
3 NPCs.
5 plus 3 NPCs.
Never.
Anyway,
I don't lie.
as you enter in, you finally make your way into, and you see the sun beginning to slowly crest. This is when you realize that the city is. There is a great parade going on. You take notice easily of these large, like paper mache type entities, these marionette puppeteers. You see something that looks like a devil, something that looks like a worm. One entity that looks like a creepy skeletal like entity, but it's missing a hand and it's missing its eye. And they are parading these things in the streets. And you see little kids running about, dressed up, very similar. You see one kid face painted green, and he has on the center of his head, you see a small eyeball that is painted on his head to look like that of like a cyclops or orcish in nature. There are barkers. There are tons of people selling food and wares as you make your way. And the cart, now that you are moving inside, you guys feel it very much. As you were inching before, you were definitely stuck in traffic right now as you were trying to get into the city where there appears to be some sort of parade going on.
As we start to enter the city and get into the middle of the mess, I'm gonna reach into my pack, which I have up front with me, and grab ear protection. Just keep one of my ears covered because it's too loud. It's too
loud.
much.
I'm gonna lean over and say, keep your eyes peeled.
I'll try.
As you enter in and you see the very large palisade-style walls to the rear of you, those inside, you are stopped.
I sit up into a normal position almost abruptly, and everyone inside the cart hears, "Where am I?"
Excuse me.
Marceline stops.
Both Rel and Will are equally stunned right now.
Marceline stop. Who said that?
It's me. What are you guys doing here?
Is that my mind? What?
What?
You went outside to hear this?
No.
Okay, just inside.
Outside the door,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a whole thing happening inside, guys.
Hey, Ralph?
Yeah? Unido?
No, Meyer. Where are we? What?
What?
Is this a cart?
And you see the image of Unido with a goat-like face and wearing clothes that looks very similar to Meyer.
Are we
Can I
inside
reach
the
forward and
town?
grab the mask off?
You reach forward, you grab at the mask,
Yeah.
and kind of stretches out a little bit.
Are
I
we
pull
wanna
it off?
Try to
You
pull
pull,
it off.
whoop,
Yeah.
and you see Unido's almond-shaped head.
Grab the mask and I throw it away.
It's and slides on the wall.
Are we inside Caraid by now? Or
From what you guys know and the little visibility you can make from the windows inside, you guys see there are the cart is surrounded by people walking and other carts moving through. But yes, you are within the walls of Caraid.
Okay, I'm like, no,
You
wait,
see me taking off the gloves and
wait.
stuff and taking off the shirt and I just throw it.
You're not. We watched Meyer go up north with everybody from Claythorpe. You're not Meyer, you're Unido.
I just point to the clothes.
I look at the clothes, what is happening here? I'm so freaked out.
You look at clothes that Meyer wore.
But you're not responding as Meyer anymore? But we all heard Meyer's.
What the
I'm gonna
fuck?
I'm gonna take a seat and try to think about this.
Did I
But you
know my...
No, you didn't never.
You,
No, yeah,
Did I?
briefly.
you did meet him
Because
briefly.
he fought with us. With
And
the-
as you parted ways with the group of people, he was a goat-like shifter that was leading the people of Claythorpe to another town.
So do you want to dress up as Dovavar and walk into the house? Maybe if the doppelganger took Dovavar's place, he would freak out and run.
Those of you outside, you eventually get the cart moving through the people, gingerly as not to run over potential people, and you begin to head to the eastern direction that you know that the Garden District is where the wild ritual is.
I'm gonna turn into Dovavar and stare at Unido, see if this is what he meant that he wanted to do. I'm like, do you want to do this?
Can I go grab the goat mask?
Pick it up. It kind of sags in your hand a little bit. It's not like real goat skin. It's just like
Right, it's
That's
just
cheap.
a flappy mask.
Can I try to put it back on Unido's face?
yeah. You
If
position it.
you allow that.
It's hard. It's kind of a pain because he has no eyes. So you have no like real like center point to kind of position it on his. So
I think you have to put the whole ensemble back on.
Would you help me? Maybe I don't know.
so
what's
as you
going
dress the
on
child,
here.
So Ral as Dovavar is helping.
This is very
and like
strange.
any child, their feet are just going, and you're like, put your foot in the
Oh,
pant
no.
leg, in
One
the pant
leg
leg.
in. As soon as you start on the other one, this leg comes out.
Yep.
If it gets
Trust
really
me.
bad, no. I'm good.
You put that all back on?
Yeah, we put it all back on.
That was strange.
What the?
We'll say at this point, Pipalook and Roy, you come around to the back of the cart, and you open the door, and you see standing. Everyone kind of just locked eyes on Unido as he stands in the middle of the room with his goat mask on and wearing clothing.
We're here.
What?
What?
Yeah, it's a nice outfit.
Where are we?
And now you hear somebody talking in your mind. That sounds very much like Meyer, the goat man that you had met a month ago.
Apparently, Myers here is really great at impersonating people.
Meyer, how go the townsfolk?
We're doing good. We got to that small city, Welch, on the way.
I just want to be clear, though. I want to just point out that he is wearing a mask that looks like a goat, and he's wearing clothing. He still looks like a wooden man wearing a mask and some clothing.
Yeah, we know that.
I want to be clear.
There's the white gloves,
Mhm.
white socks,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Myers' actual shirt,
Clothes, yeah.
pants, all that stuff.
Do
At
you
this
have a-
moment, there is no wood showing.
Does Unido have a disguise kit?
Well, I think he's just. I mean, does he really need a
It's
disguise kit?
springtime in Caraid.
I mean, does he really need a disguise kit when he's in a bard's closet?
I'm so sorry. Do you have a disguise kit?
I don't have a disguise kit. No,
All right, so it's a little ramshackled. I would
no
say.
I do have a disguise kit.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We really gotta fix the AC.
So if you
Roll
could, we'll say, could you retcon? Let me disguise check, disguise kit roll. So proficiency plus
Charisma.
plus your charisma, yes.
Proficiency plus charisma.
Mm-hmm.
An unnatural 20.
Okay, yeah. So it does look a lot. Well, now that you have to reposition it back on yourself
Yeah.
as it was ripped off, yeah,
Oh, really?
it's somewhat convincing that he looks like a goat man.
This
Oh.
is bizarre. How did I get here?
So you guys are safe.
What?
Yeah, we're up in Welch. I was watching Poppy and Joanna's kids as they were on a date night.
Do I believe that he's not just making this up out his ass?
For an insight check.
How long has he been like this?
Okay, it's minus 115.
5 minutes.
Hard to read.
I hate it.
He is
Love
hard to
everybody
read, and I'm
hates.
sorry, but that, yeah, 15. It was a good roll, but
Not good enough.
it's Unido.
Yeah, you know.
It was a 16, but I got a minus
No,
1.
I'm still saying.
Goodness.
Don't worry, I the DC was in my head, and it wasn't that fucking bad.
I got plans for that later, but that's not what's really weird right now.
I don't know.
But someone's about to die, so we have to put this on the back burner.
Wait, who's gonna die?
The person that sent us to Claythorpe's in trouble. Someone yanked the mask.
Wait,
off his face.
wait. Who's going to die? And you see standing there, very much 5'11",
Oh.
blue hair with green streaks, wearing his lavish blue robe with green trim. You see Dovar Van Born standing outside of his house as he hears everyone talking.
Took the mask off.
What is?
I'm gonna Eldritch Sight him real quick.
Okay. He is magical because he is
Magical.
he is Dovar.
Just confirming.
Down to his blood and bone, he is 100% magical.
Okay.
Mask off again.
Yep.
Okay, mask off.
Yep.
Mask off. Fuck it.
Oh, I wish I had known you guys were coming. I had not prepared. Oh, it's so good. Oh my God. Oh. And he sees Marceline. He runs over to Marceline and just hugs her. Oh my God, we missed you so much around here. And the rest of you, how are you doing? How is everyone?
Well,
And a friend, I notice.
I'm just gonna say one thing to him real quick. I'm gonna act super happy that he's here.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. Did you, thank you so much for sending me that letter about my parents.
Letter of your parents. No, we have not received any correspondence as of yet. Oh, well, to Velafera, she's received correspondence.
Okay, sorry, I was confused about some things.
No,
But
it's
I'm
fine.
just gonna-
I completely understand. It's fine. The road does make us weary travelers. Yes. Please. He takes the hug. He's like, this is very unusual for you, Mr. Rosal. But yes, I appreciate it nonetheless.
While he's hugging me, I'm gonna side eye Roy and be like, we're good.
well, we have some information to fill you in on. Let's go inside.
Oh, absolutely.
shall
Come. We were just about to have dinner.
we? Is this good here? I mean,
It'll do. It will
All
do.
right.
Yes.
I locked the door.
To the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and who is this young little girl here?
This little girl right here is going to be very excited to see you. Her name is Stardust.
Pleasure. And he extends his hand out. It's a pleasure meeting you. And she looks at him and she says, I'm gonna think about that costume. But yeah. And she extends her hand out and shakes his hand. Well, please come on in. We're about to eat, and I would love to hear of all your tales.
I would like to do one very Secret Service.
Perception check.
I like to look around too.
You okay? Yeah,
You know
you
what?
can roll. No, she's gonna roll at advantage anyway because I know she's gonna pull out the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get disadvantage because how
It's
crazy it is.
just about to.
Okay.
Just no, you're good. So straight roll for you, advantage for you.
Perception is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
All right, that's gonna be a 13.
Okay. Aside from kids running up and down the streets now, very much in a trick or treat type atmosphere. Kids are running up the doors, and all these kids seem to be dressed in like weird, demonic type forms. Kids dressed like worms. Other kids dressed with single eyes. Some with horns. One kid stops and says, "Hail Asmodeus!" and he runs down the street. It is predestined, and scurries down the street.
Do I know what festival this is?
Roll me a religion check.
Can I do one too?
Yes, you can. If you're proficient, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
9.
18.
This is the Nights of the Spirits, a week-long festival celebrates all of the evil deities.
Knights of the Spirits.
Nights of Despair.
Okay.
And Caraid does a great job of celebrating them.
Anyone dressed up like Rao?
Let me see here.
Hey.
Hold on, I have a list of all the costumes that you potentially have seen. Yes, you see some children dressed as goblins, others dressed as spiders. Some kid has like these paper mache or ring-like chains that he just drags around him. They just drag along the ground. You see a multi-headed dragon type child that is running around. One is the worm. Some with the faces painted dark on one side and covered up their hands to represent missing an eye and a hand. And then you see some kids painted with snake scales on their face, so they look like running around like snakes. Yes, they are representing all of the evil deities. Please come in.
I'm gonna ask him briefly. How are the kids? They doing good?
As
They
soon as you
inside?
say that, and he opens the door, they're all there. They're all standing, all in their beautiful blonde hair and blue eyes.
So head count accounted for.
All 6 are there. You see the eldest daughter and the twins. You also see. Where are my notes? Oh, here we go.
Here's a question. When we watched the doppelgangers swap originally go from Joanna back to the doppelganger, their equipment, did it morph with them back, or was it like always their equipment all the same and it's just physically them that's...
It's appeared to have morphed with them.
And was the height of Joanna significantly different than the height of the major?
Maybe intelligence check.
That's gonna be a 10.
You're not sure.
Okay.
Especially you saw the major seated, and then you
Right.
saw him at a downward angle as you were seated on your cart. So it was hard to gauge how tall he actually was. I mean, he was a standard human man, but in reference to Joanna, and that the last time you saw Joanna was a month ago. Yeah. It was. It's hard to tell.
He's all torso.
Yep. Anyway, so you see the eldest daughter, Martrana, as she stands there greeting all of you. The 2 twins begin to run up and tackle Marceline as they are thrilled to see their quote-unquote foster sister has arrived back home. Standing behind all of them, you do see Marnis, the Dovar's wife. And everyone seems to be dressed to the nines right now, as the house is very well taken care of. And you, ragtag group, you look like you've been on the road.
The first night of this festival, what's the tradition? Do they actually go like door to door trick or treating, or what's?
Are you asking Dovar?
Oh,
Because of your knowledge?
Because of my
No,
knowledge.
it's a week long, so all week. Very much like one night you get candy, and the next night you get maybe something else to go with you.
Are the kids dressed up like they're about to go do something, or?
No, the daughters are not. They are dressed up in their formal like dresses for a dinner. presume the way that they are dressed, that Dover celebrates the first night with a proper, like, Thanksgiving style dinner.
Okay.
You guys arrived right on time.
I'm gonna call it a Dovar. Dovar moment, please, if you would.
Oh, there no time over food.
No time, unfortunately.
Well,
I'm gonna legislate all the kids real quick and his wife.
okay.
It's the one trick pony I got, so I'm doing it.
You elders like the children, nothing of them is given off as magical. The wife, there is a necklace that she wears that does give off a magical hue to it. You presume some sort of gift that was given to her. You're not sure.
These are new, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh well, yeah. He'll have plenty of time. Oh well, please, the rest of you, please feel free to have a seat. Marnus, and he gestures to us. Please take them in, and I must hang back with Pipalook here for a minute. She wishes to speak with me. And the kids, the two twins grab Marceline and drag her by the hands in, and she just willingly goes.
Can she take her bag?
She has everything with her, yes. Currently.
Yeah, who has the box? So we all.
Marceline does.
Marceline does.
The front door locked.
If right now it's wide open as everyone's still moving in. All right.
Whatever Marceline's gonna go do, I'm gonna.
You're outside.
We're both outside still.
Oh. Hey.
Also, Mr. Grotor, as you lock the door, the eldest daughter, Martrana, comes over to you and slips her arm under yours and says, "Oh, right this way."
Okay, inside check. Dirty 20.
She appears to be very much,
Herself?
yeah, she appears to be herself.
She's just
and
being
she is
cordial.
Very cordial. She is. There is a young man that is almost her age. She is leading towards dinner.
Okay.
She likes bad boys.
And
Really?
Mutton chops are all the rage.
Chops, yeah.
the rest of you are escorted in.
Duck my head through the door.
Miss Bjornanumi, please.
Oh, we have run into a bit of trouble while we were in Claythorpe, and I believe it is an urgent matter. Do you have any magical means of checking for a shapeshifter?
Shapeshifter. Oh, I haven't seen one of those in quite some time. I could look around, possibly.
We've caught the attention of one, and it knows where we were headed.
Oh, coming here.
Yes,
Brave.
to your shop.
Oh, right to my shop. How would he know where my shop is?
We weren't aware it was a shapeshifter when we spoke to it.
Rookie mistake. Miss Bjornanumi. Rookie mistake. Well, let me see here. Unfortunately, I don't have anything on my person that can seek out fate. And he looks right at you in the eye. Are you a shapeshifter?
I think if I were, we wouldn't be having a conversation.
That's
right
what
now.
I need. Pats you on the shoulder. He's like, that's what I thought. Not at the moment. I don't have anything, but I can guarantee you, if anyone tries to get in that door, they are in for some trouble.
So you do have protections in place.
I'm disturbed that you doubt me.
Apologies, boys.
Well, please, you look famished. Come, let's sit down and speak more of Claythorpe. How is Poppy? And you begin to walk into the next room.
Before I go chasing after Marceline, because I want to keep eyes on the wording. I want to keep eyes on the enchanted
What's that?
item.
What's that? The box? Yeah!
I was trying not to say that.
Oh, that's fine. I'll say it.
I'm going to.
We're just trying to keep your eye on the ball in the box.
So much worse. I'll just say it next time. I'm gonna swing past Erickson and say, check the wife. She hasn't met you yet, but maybe if she acts like she knows who you are, maybe.
Are you whispering us, please?
Yeah, too.
Okay.
I'm trying to stage whisper.
Check the wife!
I'm trying to
Stop
stage
resisting!
whisper the thing.
You're good.
So he's like, just briefly pretend like you know her, and if she acts like she doesn't know you, then we know it's really her.
So Eric's double teeth and ass, what are you doing?
I mean, awkwardly standing in the corner for now, but is everyone in like this entrance hall? Or
Oh,
what
you
is the
guys have
situation?
all been seated at this very large table. There are 6.
Oh, we're sitting at dinner.
You are sitting
That's
here having
happening
dinner.
right
Yes,
now.
you've been brought into the dining room, and you see
Oh.
now walking in. You see Dovar, who is escorting Pipalook in, and all the girls they have their own spots in the seat. And you see six female children one. I'm sorry, 5 female children, 1 adult-ish child, woman, and then mother at one end of the table, and you guys have chairs that are positioned wherever you'd like to sit. You were Roy. You were directed to a seat immediately. You know, she sets you there, and she sits down at the end, the opposite end of the table of you.
I'll sit close to the wife then.
You position yourself near there. Okay.
Yep.
All right. You sit next to the wife.
Yep.
Stardust has a place to seat, right?
Yeah. Well, they pull up a chair for her. Yes.
We put a bowl on the ground.
Double checking.
It's a nice.
Oh
bowl.
my god.
It's a nice bowl.
I guess that's what they're doing where your character's
It's a
from.
jewel encrusted bowl that later can be used for heroes.
Hey.
The kids' table in the other room.
Unido is even placed in front of a setting. As Dovavar comes in, he gives a look and just a smirk, because he knows that Unido is not going to eat. So please, tell me of your journey. Tell me of these great adventures and evils that are present.
So, you ever been to a town that you just immediately wanted to get out?
Once or twice.
But then the town kept drawing you back in
Once or twice.
with shadowy creatures, vampires, giant bugs, tremors, and earthquake-ish activity.
Sounds like my second adventure.
That's Claythorpe in a nutshell. Oh, undead. Forgot the undead.
There were undead, yes.
Poppy Wickerns is well.
She's well, so is her daughter.
Very good. Thank you, and I appreciate that. As that's all I did request of you, and I apologize for putting you in any harm's way. Please please introduce yourself. I am Dovar Van Boren. This is my house. These are my children. He goes down the line because I don't want to sit in every kid.
As soon as the war says, "Please introduce yourself," I'm gonna look at the mom real quick and see if she reacts to that at all.
Dude, roll me a charisma check. I want to see how creepy Rao looks right now.
That's not bad.
Okay,
That's not
that
bad.
is a
Yeah.
30-20.
They're at 20. All right, yeah,
So
it's very subtle. Like, all right.
let's frame this, right? We just got back from being gone for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes are suddenly black, completely black, no whites.
Well, that happened the last 2 months.
Yeah.
You
All
look
right.
up like that.
Since you've gotten
You don't know this.
You've been
That's a
extra
lot of-
friendly
that's
and
a lot.
happy
That's
with Dovar himself. You've inspected closely all of his daughters, and now you're eyeing his wife.
Been on the road a long time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Come on, edge, man.
So,
Oh, boy.
please introduce yourself. Again, Dovavar. My wife here, Marnis, and yes.
I appreciate your hospitality, Mr. Dovavar. My name is Eric Strimwing. I'm new to the group.
And when did you run into this this ragged bunch?
Was it about
About a month ago.
about a month ago? I suppose.
Oh,
A
probably.
little more than a month.
Around Claythorpe.
Very popular city. It's not that big. That's weird.
No.
Very peculiar. Veliferia, you're not speaking so much. Is everything fine?
Yeah, that's
I will take that as exactly what it was. Unido, what do you have to say for yourself? Very well. Very well. So please, eat. There are many things that are happening this week, and I'd love for you to be a part of all of them. But I'd want to hear more, and I'm anxious to find out what you found.
Do I recognize Dovavar in any way?
Roll me a history check.
And I'm just like reading
What's-
this.
Oh, yeah, it's- oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
What's needed to check if your food's poison or not? Oh no. I actually don't know the mechanic.
Are
of
you
that.
proficient in a poisoner's kit?
No.
Then you would
Unfortunately
have no clue.
not. Okay.
You can. Like the potatoes, like.
Stardust, do you like potatoes?
Where's that damn cat at? Where's Nabare? Eat this.
Okay. So I guess my question is the food for the kids in Dovavar coming from the same source as the food that's given to us?
It's already on the table plated, and you see,
Oh, we got there?
everyone's eating. The girls are eating. You see people look just like hand in turkey. Just eats.
Food doesn't
Plates,
reach the
what's
plate.
that?
Yeah.
14.
14.
So fair or no?
In passing, you've heard the name. He is, and at one point was a very renowned uh, advent adventurer. That was my stomach.
Your stomach name is Bear.
Anyway, you've heard of the adventurer that is Dovar Van Born. Yes. They traveled with a group of 6. The name of the group escapes you.
Mr. Van Born, I've heard tales of your travels.
Oh, do tell.
Yes,
No, really, I want to hear.
Just vague
Anything
stories
good?
about your travels. It's been relatively positive, especially from these folks. But I appreciate your knowledge and your advice.
Well, I'm anxious to learn more about you, Mr. Rhymewing. Is it?
That's correct. Yes.
I'm not gonna eat.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right, you're good. So please, so anything. Once we finish dinner, we can retire to next door, above the shop. You guys are aware that I do have the lodging for you. It's still there. May need to fluff some of the sheets. Don't really use it so much when I don't need to. But if there's anything else that you'd like to discuss, maybe away from the table, we are more than welcome to.
Do you have anything for like motion sickness? The ride over here was kind of rough.
But you're not moving now, Mr. Rosal.
Yeah, but it's still sitting in my stomach from the whole day's travel.
I have some ginger root that I can give you.
Okay, cool. I'll save this for later.
Oh, very well. Hey, if your appetite escapes you, I completely understand. He does eat, and he takes the time to tell you a thrilling tale of when he found a city of Emal, and how him and his party fought valiantly to fell the leaders of that city and free the people that were enslaved there. And he goes on and on and on, droning on about this. All of you, will take 87 points of damage. No,
I'm dead.
Honestly, paranoia point. I thought you were serious. I was like,
you will take 20. You have 23 additional temporary hit points.
Nice.
As he is doing a rousing leadership speech.
23.
Where is the city
That's
of
like
Emal?
as many hit points as I
Where's the
have.
city of
yeah,
Emal?
no. Right?
For how
The city of
long?
Emal, and he, if you, according to, it's actually not too far from where you hail from there, Bjorn and Yumi.
Yes, really, I haven't heard of it.
There are islands off the coast, near Lhasa and Fall. There are islands, and it was a lost city. We found it.
Did you find anything interesting there besides its people?
Giants,
Yeah.
lots of giants. Like, he takes a deep breath. Like a lot of giants.
What kind of giants?
Mainly hill and stone.
Oh, okay, that's still pretty cool.
So to speak. Cool.
I'm very impressed. Sorry about that. The sickness is still making my stomach churn a little bit.
Oh, I know. I do understand. Carries on. Dinner is had. Marceline stands up abruptly and says, "Yes, Dovar, now would be the best time to speak of proper business. I completely understand. Marnus, again, I would not like. I would love nothing more than to help you with all of these dishes, but that is why we have 6 daughters. And I'm going to go next door and help my adventurers unpack.
Oh, so you said Marceline's going with Dovar?
No, she's following you guys back to the.
Oh, we're all. Oh,
Yeah, he
going
wants to
the,
go next door and discuss business.
Stardust, would you like to come with us, or would you like to stay with the girls?
What did the girls do?
They're gonna help clean,
Dishes.
I'm gonna go with you guys.
and
That's
then
the
they
girl.
might have toys and play with. I'm not sure what you have here.
Okay, sure, let's go. You guys make your way out of the one building onto the main street and into the very next building. Dovar, using a bit of magic, unlocks the door. And you enter in, and you're for the first time seeing this. You notice this is 2 glass walls or glass windows at the very front, and as you enter in, you see in cases, glass cases, all of these trinkets and necklaces and objets d'art and plates and things from areas that you've never seen before. Some representing more, we'll say, rural type settings. And roll me a intelligence check.
Because I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I forgot. 13 and a 14, so 13 plus 2. 15.
You've seen similar. Being from you're heading to Port City and potentially going to Isgar, these things probably hail from the other continents. On this side of the coast, mostly Niantha. So you do see a lot of artwork that is that leans more towards that. Leads you to this back room where you see now is where you see objects that are encased and held. You see a large book that is opened in the center of the room that has a glass case around it. He says, "Don't touch that." Other trinkets, certain weaponry that is all, from what you would understand and look, possibly locked away, but at first glance it just looks like it's got a sheet of glass around it. Nothing. He leads you to the back, lights a sconce, and you guys head up a spiral type staircase which leads you to the top. You see a loft style bedroom or area, bunks set up and curtains that separate so people can have their privacy. It is very much a living area. Off to the side, you do take notice of one that is decorated more to the likings of we'll say a older female. And then as soon as you enter in, you see Marceline walk over in that area, and she just kind of sits down on her cot in the corners. You know that area is hers, as she has been here far longer than you. So, please, and all the sconces light in the room, tell me, what did you find?
I take out my bag of goods and
Boy.
stand up on the table and just start dumping it all out. And a wooden bowl falls out, a picture frame falls out, a skeletal hand.
Very
on
fortuitous.
here.
Very fortuitous.
Green cloak of the Inland Guard falls out.
Okay.
Signature, there's a file or something, a necklace falls out,
Okay.
a nice stone comes out, also just surrounded by a ton of like poker chips as well. And
He picks up. That's peculiar. Did you guys?
So
Did you go anywhere else?
we
then I do the ta-ta stance.
let's start with the original task. Poppy Wickerins, her daughter was attached by, I believe they're called skulks, the invisible shadow creatures that wanted to play.
Yeah, never encountered. It's a
We
first for me.
uncovered a plot between nobles in the town years ago, including death and murder. Fought a wraith, right? Is that what they're called? Wraith? Spiritual screamer? Banshee.
Yeah.
Banshee. It's called a banshee.
Unido got that pin off another undead thing, but I think he likes it, so it's staying on him.
That's the necklace.
Yeah. Bugs. Giant Shadowfell castle that appeared randomly.
And the vampires.
Did he give me back that book, or did you?
What?
The book I gave you about the diary of the guy?
No, I still have it.
Yeah, just go ahead and give
Oh,
it to Ovar.
There's some
That's-
literature.
I
That's-
will read this
What's his
more
name again?
strongly when I have
Sir
time.
Etherith.
Etherith?
Goddard Etherith.
Goddard
Etherith. That sounds oddly familiar. Yes.
He's one of the nobles of the town. He was an adventurer.
How old do we know? Do we know how old Dovavar is? Because I know he's an elf, so it's.
He's half elf, but yeah,
Or half elf.
he is. You've never asked him his age, but he's older, but looks. The features don't age the same. So.
Okay. I guess he was human, so it should have been around the same time you were adventuring. But Goddard Etherith,
Yes. No, that does sound familiar. Human. Yes. Yes, I remember him. That was quite some time ago.
Yeah, there was a.
Probably when I just started adventuring. Quite some time ago.
Skull. Have you ever heard of a city called Ebon Hollow?
Yeah, it's at this point you do see his face, his jovial smile go to an immediate look of despair. What do you know of Ebon Hollow?
Oh, well, I saw it.
Claythorpe was built on its old stomping grounds.
Oh, okay. That's not what I had planned when I sent you out to go help Miss Waverand.
Can I see he was sure about the.
You can roll an insight check.
Oh, minus 114.
14. Yes, you believe he is telling the truth.
Oh, thank God.
No, that I would not. I would not have put you in that type of danger, knowing.
I got some bad news.
Well, I love bad news.
We didn't close that portal, and so it's still open where Claythorpe is.
Ooh.
The people have been evacuated, though.
Ah, okay. Well, that's interesting. Anything else?
Oh, you ever
Tons.
the Green Ember?
We have their spear.
It's
No, I have their spear.
Bellafera has their spear.
okay. Thank goodness. I'm like, holy crap, Dover Bar!
Right.
Sorry, it's hard. It's really hard, guys. I'm
We'll
trying.
just buy you hats, so you don't see like.
Green Embers. I'm not familiar.
It's some sort of a king of orcs, or I'm sorry, a champion of the deity of orcs. Grumish. Is that how?
Grumsh.
Group.
Yeah.
Grumsh.
Ah, Grumsh. I was a little kid that came over here earlier today dressed like Grumsh to get some candy.
Well, we have
He
his
was
spear.
quite scary.
Boy.
And we killed apparently we killed a demon prince named Mon.
You've been very busy, Mr. Kotor.
I think he owns a strip club in Tampa.
Oh, I'm not familiar with this Tampa you speak of.
I don't know, but it's called Mon's Meat.
Anyway, we get it. We got the joke, bro.
I'm gonna pull just my like final check to make sure that this thing is not the doppelganger.
This thing. You mean Dover?
Dover,
Okay. Like, damn, dude.
I'm gonna pull out the doppelganger's knife, and I'm gonna say, we also killed an assassin, and see what his reaction to we killed an assassin is.
He looks at the knife. He says, "Okay. With that blade, or is this a present for me?"
Oh no. This is what stabbed through Pippaluke's neck when it tried to kill us.
Are you? She's
I'm well
pretty
now.
fine.
Okay. And does he seem like okay? Like not like anger that like
No, he seems very much
Tweaking out,
He's
man.
intrigued. He's intrigued by everything you guys are telling him. Like everything. Here's the thing. What you know and what you don't know is that as him being an adventurer, he doesn't adventure anymore. So you guys are. He's living vicariously.
Right.
He's. Ooh. Yeah. I like this.
I mangled the troll ear.
Ah.
Oh yeah. Killed some trolls.
That's disgusting.
we met a Cyclops. He was kind of nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, his name was Gorn.
When we, after we fought the orcs, we also fought one that had this pin, and I will pull out the pin from the veil. That says the.
That's what I was suspecting. Is he grabs the token? He said, "We didn't make any." He grabs the poker chip. We didn't make any stops, did we, Mr. Kotor?
The only stops that we made were on the way back. We made a sideways into a basement, basically.
The
I'm
chapel
just
where
curious
we
as
found
as he holds the. And
Oh.
he does the quick little coin trick, and he's like,
Wait.
"This this coin is of the veil. This is the casino. I think the one I met you at, Mr. Kotor."
Mm.
And you see spread across the floor the equivalent of like 500 gold pieces of poker chips.
That's cool. Where did we get those?
I don't recognize them.
You know?
Yeah, they're in my bag.
Do you say this?
No, I don't say.
Thank you.
Observantly, as I'm dumping things out, it's one of the
It's obviously coming
several
from your
things
bag,
that
yeah.
come from the bag.
Marceline steps up, grabs her bag. sticks the hand in and pulls out this box.
When she starts doing that,
Oh, and
I'm
there's
gonna
that.
start stabbing into the corners again, like I did in Joanna's place, to make sure there's no one hiding in here.
You're really paranoid.
Oh, I'm so.
We've
Sounds
seen
like
things,
surroundings.
Dopabar. We've seen things.
Are you? Do you have it? Roll me an attack. I just want to roll. Just roll me an attack.
Attack
I'm
the
not-
shadows.
Okay. Just so you know, I'm not like anyone in here.
No,
It's
I
like,
know. No, I get it.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
trying to see if you can stab this man's wall.
No, that's only 14.
Okay, yeah. But you start. It's like, is everything? Are you okay, son?
No.
We're clearing the room.
Just making
Whatever
sure
reason. before.
Honestly, I'm at the point where you should make the final decision because I made terrible ones and apparently everyone hates me now. But
It's and he comes over to you and it's weird, Rao, because he puts his hand on you and you see this face and
It's the last thing you ever see.
you see this face and when he says to you, you get he almost like a father, and he puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, "We can correct things."
so yeah,
He turns around and looks at Marceline.
just making sure there's nothing in this room that might want what's inside that box.
What's in the box?
Oh God, no.
Marceline looks. She says,
The reference.
Yeah.
Anyone else in the movie? Yeah.
"Anyway."
I know that reference.
He looks to as she looks to him and she says, "Dovavar, I do not suggest that you open this here. We learned a lot yesterday because I got ahead of myself, Dovavar, and I'm not pleased with myself because of it. And, we just went down a major notch here, everyone. Please keep your spirits high."
I would actually argue that we learned very little about each other,
Ooh,
except for that we all have secrets.
it helps you learn more than you want to about everyone. It got everybody, I think, in this room except for Stardust, Roy, and Pipalook. So maybe if you do want to open it, if you don't want to drag them into this, open it when they're not around.
If it's all right with you, I would probably suggest that I open it with none of you around.
That's fine by me.
If you're suggesting this, I don't want to incur any more damage than already had been done.
This box and the object within is what the vampire lady from Ebon Hollow apparently was after.
Which again is why I think I need to investigate this further.
And this is also what the doppelganger is after.
Very well.
And it's also why I don't feel super comfortable about anyone opening this box alone.
Also, you should probably, if someone with your pull, maybe reach out to the fort and ask them to check on the
Major.
well-being of the major, because the doppelganger we did run in.
The well-being of the major. Okay, I
And
can make the note.
It took the form of the major, and typically it does something with the thing it takes the form of.
He reaches out for the box.
Marceline has it. Right?
Marceline he holds it in his hands. Okay. I will.
I mean, you already
I
know
will
all about me, so I'm okay with being in the room when you open it again.
I shake my head. Affirmative too.
Fine. We'll open this. Not now. Tomorrow. Clear heads. Rest. Yes? Proper. And to soothe everyone's attitudes. He hands it back to Marceline. I do not have it. We will open it together.
I'd rather you have it.
You're probably the strongest person to fight off whatever.
We've already had it.
And it's brought me my fair share of problems, so.
Very well. I will take this box.
Dovavar, I am learning that things down here are more complicated and more interconnected than I was aware of before. Who do you owe allegiance to, or what force do you support?
foresights my own.
Because I understand that there is a school, there are the sun elves, there are the moon elves and the orcs, and everyone seems to fight. If we give this to you, will you turn it over to power some side?
If you suggest that this possesses the power that it does, I will. I have places to put things that don't need to be found.
Insight check?
That's actually.
Sure, will do.
It's gonna be 13.
Oh, you should have not wasted that on that animal hand. No, you're good. Currently, Dovar Van Born has done nothing to make you distrust him. Even with your rolls being as low as they are, you have no reason to distrust him. I'll take this box. Tomorrow, we meet down in my shop, my proper shop. We will open this box. We will explore it together, even with your new ally here, if that is fine.
Before, I'm not gonna look people in the face 'cause I'm kind of ashamed, but I'm like, can you put the thing you use to keep us safe on camp, can you put it around the box to make sure it's not opened?
I can do that.
Very well. Please do. I only have one request from all of you that you are back, or newly introduced. Tomorrow night, we are supposed to go to a gala. I would love to show off my newest adventuring party. Thank you, Unido.
Gala, what's a gala?
A party.
It's probably best I don't show my face in public events right now.
Why is that?
I was hoping my parents would have gotten back to us by now, but apparently that issue I'm having in Continuar is extending past the borders of Continuar. There's some wanted posters that are flying around.
You're sporting this new haircut, and you made it
look
through
different, yes.
the checkpoint.
As long as you're with me and you represent, for lack of better terms, my brand, I will make sure that nothing happens without my authority.
Besides, you got those baby blues now.
To your discretion. I do not want to force anyone into anything they don't want to do. But I would love for you to attend with us. It is the second night of the Nights of Despair, and they have a wonderful event planned. Come with me.
And you'll see.
There's a world.
That's your imagination.
You said tomorrow night or 2 nights?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
So tomorrow morning we'll meet. We'll open this box, and then the following we can go to this gala. I will make sure tomorrow morning you're provided with the money that is owed to you for this trip. I do apologize, Mr. Rhymewing, but I if someone wants to vouch for Mr. Rhymewing, I could possibly scrape up some coin.
I mean, they've helped a bunch.
Yeah.
They've taken just as
It's
many
very
hits as the
convincing,
rest
Mr.
of us.
Rosal.
Sorry, I'm just.
Yeah, it was like a
weird mood.
great help. He like lifted stuff. And...
Bellafair speaks up. She says, "No, he has been very helpful.
Then he has so far brought no harm upon us.
Well, I will make it will not be as substantial as what I'm providing to those who I've sent out, but I could provide to you a bit of coin to keep you around the city.
Any and all is appreciated. I appreciate it.
And I appreciate everything that you've done for me so far. But yes, tomorrow we will investigate this box. We will go and celebrate the second night of the Nights of Despair.
So, do you have a workshop here? I really just need to put a hammer to steel.
I don't really do that per se. More of the and he does a little flash of some flame fire. That.
Yeah. I need to make more of my thing.
I will. There are shops in the Iron Hammer. Most of them are probably closed this hour, but tomorrow you would have the day to do as you please after we investigate this box.
I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go over to the bunk that I had previously slept in, brush any dust off, lay down.
You see, Lovar does place the box down, pulls something out of his robe, and he walks to Belafera and hands her a scroll. He says, "This was brought urgently to you. I did not want to make you aware. I don't know what it says, but here." And she says, "I've been waiting for correspondence. I can't suspect I know what it means or what it's for." He walks to you, Ralph. He says, "It wasn't addressed. It did not say who it was from." And he hands you a small piece of paper. You open it up.
Yeah.
You see the words filo escogido, and you know that to be, it says, a chosen son. Roll me a history check.
Fuck, we just wasted my point earlier.
Yep.
Natural 20!
Yikes.
Holy crap!
Yikes.
Yes!
A chosen son is the name of it's almost the Illuminati of Continuar.
Where's the goat mask?
With the yeah. They run the entirety of that city. On the paper, you do see it's crumpled, but you're almost certain that it's written in your father's hand.
In blood.
Okay, I got to process this. I'm sorry.
So, till tomorrow, I bid you good night. He picks up the box and he goes down the stairs.
Dovavar, I thought that was staying with us for the evening.
Oh, I was told to take it. I will graciously leave
Because
it
I'm
with you.
putting the ritual around it, aren't I?
Oh, yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna do it.
Do that.
Wait, does it have to stay within a certain
Yes.
area?
Yeah,
of you?
stay in.
Oh.
It's like she builds a circle and then puts it in the middle.
Can you do you feel like sleeping in the other house tonight? So you can be like within range of
Can't
it?
even.
Just let the man. He's got an entire library of stuff that can
It's-
kill all of us
It's
downstairs.
based off of Ralph's paranoia, so do as you will.
Never mind. You can go.
Very well. Please, you have a great night. And he makes his way down the stairs. You guys are there. And you rest for the evening. With that rest that occurs, you will all level to level 4. Finally, before we get crazy with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and end the stream right now with that beautiful little bit. I thank you for sticking around with us. So we excuse and apologize for the technical difficulties earlier. We are doing everything we can on our side, but we just, you deal with the cable company like you do. Thank you again. Please check out our sponsor, Easy Roller Dice Company, easyrollerdicecompany.com, and also Sustainable Families Foundation. Please give them some support. If not, just go to the website, check out what they're about. They're a great organization and really awesome people. Also, if you can, Carolina Brontes at Fires_00. She's a great artist. She did some great work for us, and she will be doing some great work for us in the very near future. Also,
I believe she has prints for sale too.
she does have prints for sale. If you'd like
Search
to
for her Twitter for
search
that
for her
website,
Twitter,
yeah.
yes, she's working feverishly. She's going to school. She's kicking butts. Please check her out. And also, just this is a personal thing for me. I have some friends of mine up in Pennsylvania. Please, the Buddha Boys podcast. Check them out if you want to laugh. It's some maybe little NSFW comedy. You can check them out. But close friends of mine. But please check them out. Also, we will not be doing a campaign stream next week. Unfortunately, it is the Memorial Weekend. We do have people going out of town, but we will be running a one-shot, so please come and check us out. We may have a special guest. We're not sure, but we are working out those details as we speak.
It's an affirmative.
It is. Oh, it's an affirmative. So we're gonna have.
Talk to our agent.
Yeah.
We're still working out the ink.
We're gonna have a badass player that's gonna show up with us and help us play this game the way that she likes to play it. I'd just like to say thank you for sticking around with us. Love each other. be badass, and remember, adventure is for the bold. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
Woo!